Wow.
From the Lodge Mahal in beautiful Austin, Texas. Welcome to a very special Monday afternoon. It's the final table of the Mayhem Poker Series. $1,200 buy-in, 836 entries, and we're down to our final 9. Final table, Kev, in the box. Cards in the air. We'll go around the table after this first hand, but as usual, let's play some cards. Slick Rick along with Skull Mike.
Good afternoon, Rick. Everybody. Very exciting FT. Bunch of regulars. Players from around the Austin, Round Rock area, San Antonio. Excited to see who takes home the 200K and the trophy. JWin first hand, Big Slick. Second in chips coming into the FT. Got a favorable seat draw on the left of Doug. And he's raising it up.
Those big purple chips are 500,000. Red chips, 100,000. And the sky blue chips are 25,000. 3 chip values in play.
Action folds back around to Doug. Let's see if Doug wants to tango. He will.
Wow.
Make the call for 600K. All the chips can apply a lot of pressure to JWin, but don't usually see these two tango. And he flops the flush.
But JWin with the
King
of diamonds. Oh my God.
And the ace. It's gonna be like this today, Rick? Holy smokes. Doug doesn't even flinch. Snap checks it over to Jay, who has the nut blocker and top pair. He's loving this flop.
The 2 chip leaders tangling on hand 1.
There's also a player not at the table, 1 player late, so we're starting 8-handed, and one of the short stacks, Elvin's not at the table yet, and with these pay jumps in play, it would be disaster for JWin to exit this tournament so early. To the turn we go. 3.7 in the middle. $1,000+ in chat. Those who got here on time are rewarded with fireworks early. Doug checks it over once again. JWin taking his time, rightfully so. So many things to consider. You kind of wish you get a couple hands, ease in. Probably these players, even though they're regulars on the stream, a little bit nervous. JWin, more of a cash game player, doesn't have so much tournament experience, but he's been running well recently. That big running deep there in the main event, and he's had some results here. He's reaching for chips.
Oh my goodness. Looking for any diamond that's not the 8 of diamonds.
That's 1.6.
Does Doug go for it all now is the question, and put JWin in just a terrible spot. Just makes the call.
Oh my goodness. JWin looking for a diamond that's not the 8 of diamonds. It's the 8. No diamond. It was a red 8. Doug with the flop flush and the check mark.
And is JWin just satisfied with the size of this pot now? 7 million in the middle. See the gulp there from Jay, and he's reaching, still going for value, it looks like, or just doing some inventory. Gets called on flop, turn. No problem checking this one back. Trying to decide what we can get value from if we're betting. Hand number one.
I can only think of one worse hand.
Yeah, so he's gonna check it. Can't believe it.
So JWin, who started the day with 6.4 million on hand one, now has 3.2 million, and Doug strikes first with a 6.9 million chip pot.
Yeah, the king of diamonds.
Ace, king, king of diamonds.
And he
We'll go
tells
around the table.
Tells the table what he had there. My goodness, Doug, 64 bigs after that hand and a commanding chip lead, Rick.
Jason in seat one. We'll tell you all about these folks from where they're from throughout the day. Vu in seat two, Brant in seat three, Austin in seat four, Doug in seat five, JWin in six, Elvin, who is yet to show.
Where is Elvin?
There he is. Elvin shows.
Welcome to the show, Elvin.
TM in seat 8 and Rahul in seat 9.
Welcome.
You think Elvin was taking a dip?
I've been blinded out yet?
Like our boy Bauer?
Blindside.
Wow.
5 raises to 400. 6 and 7 fold.
See Liz in chat, Sergio, Joey Ingram. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Crypto Max.
The small one.
At this point, JWin's got to take a deep breath. Gave away half of his chips in one hand, the first hand.
Yeah, and he was in a great
Group photo
spot
without me? Oh man.
with 6.4 million.
Really
Yes.
terrible Photoshop in there.
Just throw me in there.
Here we all are.
Actions in the fold.
If I get to look at my hands on the live stream, what I missed.
Only missed one hand.
You missed one hand.
Literally one hand.
Only one hand, yeah.
What a hand it was.
Up top today, 195,000. Everybody at this table is locked up
sounds good.
17,000.
Yeah, but JWin, right? Came into this FT with
Played a lot with
his
Jay.
eyes on at least
Yeah,
second
I
place
think so.
money, 131, and now he's back
Can I see this?
in no man's land. Needs to grind. Elvin sits down, hand. His first hand's got pocket kings. You just put this man's microphone on.
Thank God he showed up.
What is going on here? TM. Suited Broadway cards, just gonna lay it down.
9 fold.
Oh my God, Jason with the aces. Sit back, folks.
Elvin could have just stayed home today if it was gonna be like this.
Aces versus kings on hand 3.
Elvin with 10 big blinds. Doesn't elect to go in here, wants value, wants action with the kings, and he's gonna run into aces?
Jason 3 bets to 1 million.
All in.
And here's the all-in from Elvin. And a quick call from Jason.
I should have waited one more hand before I came.
4.4 million.
The poker gods do not reward those who show up late, Ricky. Or do they? We're about to find out. 4.4 in the middle. Elvin in trouble.
Looking for a red king. There's the red king. There's the boat. Ace from space does not come. And Elvin cracks aces. He just walked in. Had he been
Maybe I did get the right time.
5 minutes later,
Yes, I am.
what
Yesterday,
fortune.
with like 2 or 3 tables left, I sat down next to him and we got put into the blinds. And then we both started complaining about the blind. And he instantly doubled up and on a massive pot.
Elvin,
Complaining and reeling it
113,000
in
lifetime
pretty well.
earnings.
Yeah.
Biggest biggest tournament score was 36,000.
Pretty sure this is the craziest start to a tournament stream that we've ever had in 4 years of doing this show, Rick. Especially with the amount of money that's on the line today. What we've seen so far.
That's crazy. Players also playing for the trophy on the coffee table behind Brant in seat 3. Safi is our game host.
Jason and JWin, 2 players that
Fold.
were part of the favorites. You know, Doug clearly the favorite with his chip stack, but right behind Doug, you're thinking that maybe JWin, Jason could take this one down, but they need to regroup and rebound immediately after the beats that they've taken so far.
Yeah, Jason last night, we talked to him pre-stream. He was involved in that ace-jack versus ace-queen hand against Doug, where Doug went all in with ace-jack. And he said he was close to making that call.
Ace-king for Jason, and he's all in. We don't call him Final Table Kevin for nothing.
Austin from San Antonio
Gonna
in
lay
the
it
big
down.
blind. Will lay it down. Blinds are 100,000, 200,000, 200,000. Every orbit, you're putting 500K in the middle, whether you want to or not.
The GTH hand.
But yeah, that hand last night was a hand that Jason told us this morning that he was very close in making that call.
And it sounded like he regretted it a little bit. If he had the opportunity again, he said he'd be calling there with the ace-queen to try to eliminate a player of Doug's caliber with the ace-jack. Also, Doug, if you remember last night, survived the ace-5 jam against kings. So maybe it's meant to be for one Douglas K. Polk.
8 fold. 9 fold.
Boy, JWin and Jason have had to face adversity. Jason getting his aces cracked and JWin losing half his stack early.
1 fold.
Got to regroup.
And you can't call a timeout. You can't talk about it with your team. You need to sit there
And take it.
and think about it and forget about it as quickly as possible. And some people can't do that, Rick.
Yeah.
That's what separates the strong from the weak.
Nice.
Austin, mainly a PLO player, plays some high-stakes PLO tournaments, about 600K in earnings in Hendon Mob.
5 to start, I think.
6 fold 2.
Yeah, okay, cool, thank you.
Five fold. Heads up. Four bets. 275. Five calls.
To the turn we go. See if Austin continues. Austin, a small business owner from San Antonio. 5 WSOP circuit wins.
Doesn't look like he's slowing down, gearing up for another wager. And Doug's going to let him have it. So he's got 5 rings, is what you're telling me, Rick?
Yes, and these 616,000 in lifetime earnings for seat 4. Yeah, it was funny. You know, I went around and I met with each player. You know, he didn't seem very interested in telling me anything, so I just left. I just walked away. He said, wait, I want to tell you more. Oh, you want people to know about you.
It's got to make you work for it, Rick. Come on.
Come on.
What I like about Austin is I was at the table with him yesterday. I played with him in day 2. He has a necklace. He was very attached to his dog, who unfortunately passed away, but his necklace has some of his dog's ashes.
Oh
So
my
that,
God.
I thought that was pretty cool, though.
Wow.
Shout out to his dog.
How much you got now? 9 raises to 400.
12, 11,
1 fold. More than that, right?
12, 12, something like that.
2 and 3 fold. 4 fold.
First action today we've seen from Rahul, a local player who mainly plays cash and PLO. Not much tournament experience from Rahul, but he made the FT up against Doug's Queen Jack.
5 checks. Bets 250.
250, not going to be enough to get Doug out of this pot. With the overs and backdoor equity, the chip stack that can apply a lot of pressure to a stack size like Rahul's. Let's see what Doug wants to do.
Raise 650.
Step on the gas. And Rahul does not have that flexibility to be seeing turn cards for that price, so he lays it down, and Doug is off and running 6 hands into the show today.
Doug started the day with 9 million, now with 13 million. Doug Polk, 3 WSOP bracelets, including the one drop.
What was a turbo?
The 2017 one drop for 3.6 million.
He earned that one.
How about that one? 10.4 million in lifetime earnings.
I believe the third one was the tag team event.
Tag team and super and 2014 no limit event.
9 fold. 1 fold.
So he's been here before, but if you ask him,
3 fold.
he does not consider himself a tournament player by any means.
4 fold.
Hasn't entered many tournaments, but the tournaments that he does enter, fortunate to run very well.
4.5.
On the button with the ace-9, he'll be raising. All of it.
5 raises. 5 million.
Nobody wants to be the first one eliminated when you're so close to 200K.
6 fold.
Elvin into the muck. The jack 3 will go.
7 fold. 5 win.
And that's how you play a big stack with some ICM pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this
Take
is-
notes.
I had a nice sweat the first card.
First card? It was an
Had a
ace?
king.
Okay, okay.
I was like, all right.
This is scary for the rest of the table with Doug with this many chips.
Suited action.
He is going to put a lot of pressure.
I had a nice 12 gapper.
As many
Yeah, you
gaps
can make
as
2 different straights. Yeah.
can really get.
The Queen 9 suited folds around all the way to Doug,
400.
who opens up the action. JWin with pocket 8s has a decision.
6 raises all in.
Goes all in.
I think it's 28,
7 fold.
11, 2.1, 2.6.
Terry with the sweat. You see the first card he looks at is the ace, hoping and praying that the other one's another ace, but it's an 8 and into the mug. Quick fold from Doug, and JWin survives.
You'll be saying that a lot today.
What's up?
You heard me.
Get some shit talking going. All righty.
JWin talking a little
I
smack.
have to start saying it when I win pots then.
I didn't say anything.
Mayhem
when I
Poker
saw the
Series was
tables
10
out,
events,
damage
1.3 million in
left.
guarantees. This is the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series. Had the senior event at 10 a.m. this morning.
Pretty nice seat for you.
Great turnout
Yeah,
for the
for
seniors.
sure. Yeah.
And the Black Friday event
I
coming
really
this
thought you
week.
were just like fucking around that first hand.
No.
You had a very good hand.
Yeah, I really like money. I'm not fucking around. Certainly
Fair.
not with someone covering me.
Fair. That's fair.
Back to back
JWin, yeah,
pocket pairs.
back to back.
About 18 big blinds. Looking at the payouts, looking around the table to see his opponent's stacks. Is in position. Deciding
Come on.
whether or not to jam flat
He does jam, all in.
and sends it in. All the nines are dead. But this will get through like the eights. Austin has some gamble in him, but not for 3.2 in the King-9 offsuit.
So JWin has steadied the ship after that first hand against Doug where he lost half his chips. He's now gotten a bunch back.
Yeah, a little rebate for being a nice guy.
Nice.
Started the day, JWin with 6.4 million chips, lost half of them to Doug in hand one, and now it's back to 4.5 million.
How did we have already aces versus kings?
Yeah,
That's a pretty rare.
I think it's foreshadowing.
I had king jack. King
Speaking of aces,
Would you have won?
Vu from San Antonio.
So,
He won last year's Mayhem main event
That would have been.
Yeah.
for 188,000.
He hit the last king.
Oh no, you.
He wants to be known as Deja Vu if he wins this one.
nice.
King Queen. Sorry, King Queen Queen.
I see what you did there,
You
Rick.
see what I did there?
But we are a long
I had king
ways
jack.
away as now Vu, the short stack at the table is 1.4. And
There's 6 more kings in the deck, I think.
does he want to trap
we could check the
or
stack
under the
afterwards.
gun? Just, send it in.
You had king 10?
You want to try and get
King
some
jack
value,
nine.
but
It was a one outer.
you have 7 big blinds.
Joking.
Can't do much trapping with 7 bigs.
Yeah, king jack.
Maybe
TM doesn't tell jokes, so I believe him.
No, I believe TM. I thought someone said
TM's humor is the really dry kind where you usually don't realize he's joking until like
You have to
realize
wait
it's
for his
fucking with you.
follow up.
Yeah.
If he doesn't smile after.
All in with, oh, he doesn't go all in, almost all in. Leaves a little few chips behind.
Doug, for this price and a hand like Ace Jack, likely to be looking up Vu. And he's in there.
Vu left himself 100,000 chips behind.
Everybody else out of there.
Hope you fold. I have 100K.
What's up?
I hope you fold this 100K.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Don't take too long here. You gonna snap me? Oh my God.
He was all in. 5 calls.
Oh. Wow.
He's a defending champ.
You won this last mayhem? I didn't realize that. Wow.
Better recognize the defending champ,
Well, I'm looking
Doug.
good here.
1%.
Let's lock it up for Vu. The double up that he needed now sitting on 3.3.
Good, there's the jack.
That's how much my opponent in fantasy football had last night. But he also had sequence. I lost with 99% actually.
Haven't seen much from Brant so far in the 3 seat.
64.
But he's happy just to sit there and let these players battle each other. But nobody getting eliminated. Chips are flying back and forth as we take a look at the totals. Doug, 60 big blinds. Brant now our shorty along with TM and Jason. 13 and 12 BBs. You see the gap between the top and the rest of them. Doug in the driver's seat, even after donating some chips to the 2 seat
Oh, that
right
would
there.
have been painful if I had a hand.
Five raises to 400.
12.
It says this is with guacamole, and then you open it up and there's no guacamole.
Doug eats Chipotle every single day these days. Comfortable with the King 6. 12 million in chips.
It's all protein? Mega protein bowl?
I didn't want cheese, I just wanted guac instead, but
Oh, no.
yeah, we were gonna ask.
Yeah.
Mindful.
No, that's not the delivery's fault. That's the restaurant's fault, right?
Mindful.
Who's going to defend the King Jack off?
Weird, it's on a guacamole. I'm noticing a
Distinct lack of guacamole on the guacamole.
And he hits top pair. Clubs for Doug.
Can I see your stack real quick?
Doug calculating the stack size.
That's 400.
The bet amount comes to 400K. Could this be the end of Vu, who flicks in the 400K turn card incoming? Clubs complete. Now drawing dead with top pair and a straight draw. An awful feeling. Doug sets the trap. And another club might kill his action. Perhaps there's roads to an exit now for Vu, as this board, just a disgusting run out for his hand. Plenty of stuff get there.
All in.
The overbet jam
Five is all in.
to put him to the ultimate test. Just got the double up with aces, was feeling good, no longer the short stack. And right back into the fire is Vu for a decision for his tournament life. Knows Doug could be doing this extremely light just to put him in the blender. Doesn't take too much time, lays it down. A good fold, sir. Still alive in the tournament with 2.3, and Doug now north of 13 million in chips. You guys are watching.
Doug flopping a couple flushes, 11 hands in.
Yeah.
Not flopping, but hitting a couple flushes, 11 hands in. There you see the stacks. Doug, 66 big blinds, more than double the next person. Austin with 32 big blinds. And we got 4 shorties, all with 12 big blinds. TM, Jason, Brant, and Vu. So nearly half the table with 12 big blinds.
Did you bring your lucky apple today, Rick?
I did not. Elvin did.
6 raises to 400.
Imagine if that red light that Elvin was at was a little longer. He would have missed cracking aces. He entered the room late.
Where was he? How are we showing up 15 minutes late on a day like this today?
8 fold. 9 fold.
4,500 already watching and growing. We appreciate each and every one of you joining us on this special Monday afternoon special here. Final table of the Mayhem Poker Series. All in from Brant here
2 fold, 3's all in.
with ace queen. JWin going to ask for a count, wearing his hidden layer gear. Shout out to Tito and the gang.
2,250,000.
This is an 11 big blind jam.
All right, I'm about to call. I'm just getting ready.
JWin says he's about to call, but wants to think about it a little bit longer. This is the first action we've seen from Brad today, but JWin's in there for that price and not happy to see the ace queen. Was hoping for a hand like 9s, 8s, 7s, etc. Maybe king queen. Instead, he's behind for 4.8 million chips.
Pair board. That's good. It's not a paired board.
Brant from Dallas.
9-8 for the sweat. There goes the paired
Some
board.
opportunities of open and chop it up.
JWin will take the chop.
Woo! Played so well.
Brant from Dallas, 736,000 lifetime earnings.
All right, level up, guys.
He had a
Using all my
circuit
luck.
win, WSOP circuit win, 196,842 for his big win
Yes.
in his career, poker career. Wow, JWin averts catastrophe. We will be here until we crown a winner, no matter how long it takes, folks.
Fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold.
Got a feeling we're not going to hear too much conversation from TM and Rahul today.
How much you got?
2.3.
Jason wants to give a special shout out to his 2 kids, Ace and Charlotte. How you doing, Ace and Charlotte? I know they're watching.
Their daddy is all in right now for 2.4.
3 fold.
Needs to fade the blinds here.
Oh my
Austin right into aces. The 3rd time today we've seen the aces and the snap call. And Jason, who came into the table with 5 million in chips, could be the first one eliminated unless a miracle strikes. A disaster orbit and a half here for Jason.
He's saying, somebody cracked my aces. Can I crack aces?
There's life.
One for the sweat. Perfect sweat card. Good game, bud.
Does not come, and Jason is eliminated in 9th place. He'll walk out of here with 17,000. And we're down to 8. And what a tough 13-hand skull for Jason.
Yeah.
Getting his aces cracked.
Bad.
There's nothing you can do.
He played well. He made that.
There's the walk to the payouts there, tournament director Chester, but he's going to be extremely disappointed. But when you get it in with aces
You guys are still going to be.
and you lose, you just got to keep your head held high and go on to the next hand. The correct jam there with his holdings and just runs into aces. Unlucky for him. He'll be back for sure.
Yeah, real good guy. Lives in the area.
250?
Yeah.
1.4 million in lifetime earnings. Biggest tourney score was 7th place in the Millionaire Maker in Vegas. This year, $225,000.
Yeah, he probably has the most reps at anybody at this FT. So the rest of the players are going to be happy to see him walk out the door, and they all laddered up some money as now 8th place up ahead is 22 grand.
Man. We should all just take
Ebony Kenny in chat, she had a great run yesterday. Doug knocked her out. She had the
like, let's take down big
pocket nines. She said, I hate pocket nines. They're not good to me, but she had a hell of a run.
I mean, the chance to take you down.
Congrats, Ebony.
People have probably been trying to do that the whole tournament. That hasn't worked out very well.
Austin puts a 500,000
It's the poker guys chose
chip in there and raises it to 550.
Started with like 9, I think. 9, okay.
You don't have to call. I'll show you.
Not planning on calling.
It's gonna be this dynamic.
5 raises to 1.5 million.
Doug 3-betting here.
How much would you have made it if I just win?
A battle of the blinds.
Is the speech play allowed in our tournaments? Is it? I wonder. Sure. Sure. What was your question?
How much would you have made if I just
You
win?
just can't talk about the whole cards. This is fair play.
I would have gone like,
Got it. Okay.
see, it's 250. I would have made it like 700, probably, something like that. You just getting some notes for next plan versus plan battle?
No, I don't. I have a good hand.
Austin.
I don't know what to do.
Sorry?
I don't know what to do here.
Upswingpoker.com.
Oh yeah, where's my
Speaking of upswingpoker.com, we just have now kicked off our Black Friday sale. 25% off all courses on the website. Head on down to upswingpoker.com today and improve your poker knowledge.
And 50% for the final table.
No.
This seems so weak. What a.
It's so hard for Austin to be tangoing with Doug on his left, sitting on 8.4 million in chips of his
I
own.
wanted to grab your end boss.
It would have worked.
All right, guys. You're going to be in the 1, you're in the 2, you're in the 3, you're in the 4.
We're going to spread out the table, lost the player. Chip totals will be back on top of the screen here momentarily.
5,000 plus people watching. And check this out, folks. The Lodge Bad Beat's sitting right at 219,000. Let's call it 220,000.
If I wanted to, I think.
Hey, if you're in the room at one of our 2 clubs in Austin or in San Antonio playing cash and the Lodge Bad Beat happens, you're going to get $200 just for being in the room playing. If you are lucky enough to lose that hand, you'll get 50% of the remaining money. Winning hand, 25% of the remaining money, and the table share will get 25% of the remaining money. The Lodge Bad Beat, another great reason to play right here at one of our 2 clubs.
So you're on the 4 cents.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I put a lot of work into that. Fabian's awesome. He's like just a really smart guy. Heads up poker, a little bit of a lost art, but it's always good to have that tool in your.
Yeah, I play a lot of online on ACR.
Oh, okay.
And it's like you do significant heads up volumes.
Oh,
Put
cool.
up tables.
Oh, it's really good for you then.
Yeah, yeah. There's significant heads up stuff. And
I think you'd really enjoy it.
Doug, you're using that center. I need you guys to.
oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Let's
Doug's
go.
just a regular Phil Nader, or whatever the guy's name is, right?
Yeah.
The guy, the WPN.
Oh, you're
guy,
talking
right?
about Phil Nagy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Host the tournaments, play him. No big deal, right?
Foo with the sailboats.
You know, that guy for sure makes his fair share of errors. But I do think he, generally speaking, means well for poker.
I agree.
Yeah.
They just occasionally do some really dumb shit. Like that one where he's like, if you think you could bot in our site, then come on. If you could bot in our site, we'll pay you
That was
$100,000.
bad.
I'm like, what?
But
You're opening up.
and then they kind of changed the rules mid promo. They're like, we're just gonna cancel the promo after some guy like hit 90%
Yeah,
of it.
people were posting
That
their
was
things,
pretty bad.
saying like, hey everyone, come on down and cheat.
Free folds.
It's just not a particularly great promotion.
Yeah.
Wait, they had a promo and canceled it?
So basically, there were allegations against the website.
No, I know what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Vu with a spot there where he could have
It
jammed.
reminded me of the bad beat in San Antonio.
Lines have gone up now,
Oh,
150,
Oh, you
250.
mean the Poker Palace?
No,
But
the
elects
PLO
to
one.
click it here to 550, and JWin wakes up with ace-10 offsuit in the big blind.
When it came straight flush for straight flush, and there was ace of diamonds.
Yeah, that happened here.
Oh, it's here?
Yeah.
I thought it was a Mod Chester.
No, that happened here.
So gross.
That was a crazy one. They got one outed for
Good enough
bad
to
beat,
defend,
basically.
and good enough to stuff it on your opponent who's got a short stack.
Even worse than a bad beat.
It was kind of gray, right?
I don't think it was gray.
no,
Talked to a bunch of casino people.
I don't know.
JWin's been in
There's one rule
the
that says you
toughest
have
of
to play your
spots so
best
far
five
at
card
this
hand.
table.
Really?
Another rule that says that hand. Your
I just
hand
saw
has
the
to-
flyer. It says if the hand's flopped. It's
Well,
flopped.
people just read like a few of the rules and then said, "Oh, this is gray." But if
He
you
makes
read
the
all
call.
rules,
In the
it
big
says
blind, JWin makes the call with
You have to
ace-10.
make your best 5-card hand, and that hand has to be flopped, or like your hand has to be flopped. So it was what did the winner have? They had a royal flush on the river.
Yeah, true. I'm not good at reading.
I can see why it was confusing though. But it's not like we took the money. I mean, it's still up. Like anyone can
No,
win.
yeah, obviously. Just sucks for those people.
It does.
Better for everybody else.
For sure.
Give them a free hat. I'll be happy.
We paid back the losing player stack.
Oh, nice. Something.
Yeah.
It's like when you see those people like hit a slot jackpot in Vegas and like, oh no, the machine malfunctioned.
Oh, well, that's crazy. In my mind, it's also so different when you're a casino because you have all this
350.
income from all
JWin.
these games against the house.
Gonna
Where
fire
the
out.
target is like,
5 bets, 350.
it's not
20%
like a promo drop, you know?
of the pot.
Nice lead here from JWin
Where are you from?
on a board that could connect with his range here, putting a lot of pressure to View,
Nice.
who lays it down. The problem there with not jamming the force is it's so hard to navigate post-flop if you don't connect.
That's where all like the car dealerships.
And JWin takes advantage.
I mean, I'm from like a community outside of there.
And while we have the dealer change, let's hear from our stream sponsor, ClubWPT Gold.
$5 million free roll. 2,000 players converge on December 13th in Las Vegas. One person will win $1 million. Will it be you? Sign up now at ClubWPTGold.com using code LODGE and be one of 5 people to win their passport this week.
That they're trying their best, or at least trying.
The pride of Ukraine,
They're just not
Anastasia
always
now in the
successful.
box.
Communicate it well.
We'll have a 2-dealer
How
rotation
can you
today.
not see
Final
it
table
online?
Kev and Anastasia.
I think online poker is pretty screwed in the long run. It's just too easy to cheat.
You think the chat prefers Kevin or
I really think
Anastasia?
that it has a fundamental
Ask
problem.
chat.
It's sad because it's the best way to
Don't
play
do that to
tournament
Kevin.
I prefer Kevin.
As the owner of
Wow.
Blast Card Club, I'm gonna have to disagree.
You
I mean, just from
prefer
a player's standpoint, you don't have to pay expenses.
Anastasia?
You can fire 20 tournaments.
I love both.
Yeah, like you want.
I will just leave it at that.
You want options.
It's faster.
And then you
I'll
want
be
people to
Switzerland.
practice so that way they're excited to play live, right?
Yeah,
Like they're
exactly.
getting reps in, so that way they're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's actually a 500K tournament. I feel ready because I played 5 tournaments last week. Let me go fire a real one.
Then you cut your teeth online and you feel confident.
Yeah, like I feel good with that narrative. Like the gym is practice, and then live poker is where I try to make real money. Like,
Yeah.
that's a cool narrative.
I think that's definitely a good point.
Yeah. That's why we killed it to
Guys, your stack real quick.
every year.
You got this, Elvin.
Thanks for the confidence.
One player to a hand, sir.
Doug, once again, raising his button. With a trash holding, but he could do that off 13 million. Elvin decides to go set mining with the Ducks. Praying for a deuce on this flop. Otherwise, he's going to have to release to the aggression from Doug that you know will be coming. Elvin with the best hand, 2 pair queens and deuces, and he's going to lead here on the turn and take it down. Little surprise, Doug didn't put out a very small wager there on that flop.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Doug puts out a bet
Douglas, you're
like
losing
one
it,
big blind or even 300K. Elvin will send those deuces into the muck. Instead, Elvin, not scared of the big bad wolf, leads turn and takes it down as we take a look at the clock. Level 15, 45 minutes left until our first break of the day. 836 runners in this event.
We're going to go with a shorter break, the first break. Our normal breaks are 15 minutes, but we're going to go with a 10-minute break since we got a little bit start in the middle of the level. DQ's in chat. How you doing? People from all over the world, let us know where you're tuning in from.
Just anything about. Got it. Thank you.
Are those both farm waters or you?
I don't have one for the
As you can see, we got the chip counts at the top of the screen now, so you can see what each player has in their stack.
Does Terry want to defend the 10-6 off? Probably not, but he might. You know Terry from our Road to LCS series. He plays our cash games frequently, and you can find him at the lodge on a weekly basis playing almost every one of our tournaments. So he's no stranger to these spots and the situation. But he's playing for the most money that he's ever played for today and decides to lay it down.
Yeah, TM, 253,000 lifetime earnings. Biggest tourney win was a tourney here at the lodge for 42,000. So got a chance for his biggest score. 8th place will get 22,000. 7th, 29.8. 6th place, 40,000. 5th place, 53.5. And on the way up to first place, 195,700. Pretty good way to start a Monday. Start your week off around the holidays.
Of course, I'm thinking the holidays. Into the holidays, Christmas coming up, Thanksgiving. Can't forget Hanukkah, of course. Come on now. Rahul with the suited jack. Gonna make the call for 2 big blinds. Out-pipped by 1. And how about this? The 7 for Doug. And the spades for Rahul. And the spades fall on the river to give Rahul the check mark. Goes for about 600. Has Doug thinking about it. Doug, no spade in his hand. Not blocking any flushes there. He is blocking the Broadway straight with the jack. Thinking, what would Rahul defend the big with? Plenty of straights get there on the river. Makes the call, wants to look up his opponents, and he'll see the bad news. A nice hand, well played from Rahul. Now north of 5 million in chips.
Short stack at the table is Vu
But you know how I feel on the inside.
with 1.65 million.
All right, let's get this JWin guy.
I'm too nice. Nobody's gonna care to get me.
JWin almost back where he started the day. He's weathered the storm of that first hand, Skull, where he lost half of his stack.
He's over where he started. He started at
started
6.4.
yeah.
Correct.
I don't think you would.
Yeah, he'll take that. After that, that was hand number 1, right?
Yes, yes.
What a start. Pocket eights
Please.
for Austin.
Fold.
Photolicious.
Big shout out to Ruth Hall, who's in chat. One of our favorite players.
She knows her tournament poker just took down another ring up at Choctaw in the ladies event. Jamin Burden, we see you as well. Scott, Gus, Brandon, Ryan, thank you everybody. 5,400 strong tuning into the Lodge live stream as Austin takes that one down.
Still waiting for Jamin Burton to make a trip
Yeah,
to the Lodge.
it's kind of ridiculous.
I'm tired of asking.
Is he afraid of flying at this point?
Right now, I'm taking it personal. I mean, for 4 years, I've been asking Jamin Burton, please come to the Lodge. Please.
And he's always so friendly to us. Like,
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
It's personal.
I want to change. But
Fold.
Fold. All in.
All in from Rahul on the button. Has the blinds covered. Vu with ace-10, a hand that he could definitely be calling with. Knows what Rahul is up to, and he's going to have to take this spot as he makes the call ahead. Can he hold? Otherwise, we'll be 7-handed. The defending champion in this event doesn't want to see any paint as Anastasiia brings us 3.
There's the king for Rahul.
Ace or a 10.
So that's going to do it for Vu, the defending champion of this event. He's going to walk out of there, I believe, with $22,000.
Whenever people say like a tournament is all about luck, then there's people like him. I always see him go far. Like I'll play with him in other cities, and he's always running deep. Some people just get it.
And I think in a minute, I'm going to talk to Vu about his tournament.
It's tough too in a tournament like this where when you're short, you have so few
We'll
blinds.
get that on
You
camera.
really have to like pick your spots really intelligently.
Yeah.
Raise.
That's great setup for a race. Are you saying you? I mean,
That wasn't what I was trying to do, but it actually did work out pretty amazing.
That was a good hook and execution.
Like, yeah, you know, you really need to make sure you're making the discipline lay down.
Side by side, once again, Austin and Doug. And this time, Austin with the real hand.
Right.
Blinds 150,000, 250, 250. And we're going to talk to Vu right here.
Slick Rick here, talking with JWin, who ironically won last year's Mayhem main event for 188,000. You finished in 8th place, 22,000. Great tournament for you. Talk about that final hand.
Yeah, so I'm in small blind. Looked at I got ace hand off, and I only have like 2 big blind, and the burden just jam all in for 4 million. And I figure he doesn't have a strong hand, probably king high or smaller ace high. So
right. So you went with it.
I went just my gut, and
right.
I got unlucky. He flopped a king. So yeah.
Another great tournament. Thoughts on the tournament? Was there a specific moment throughout the weekend that resonates that helped you get here?
Yeah, it's the like roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Came in with decent stack, and first 15 minutes, flop top set, lose to runner, 1 card straight, put me down to like 10 big.
Right.
And just riding the way the whole day, and you know, just surviving and make day 3, but then.
Well, congratulations so much. Good luck to you. JWin finishes in 8th place.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Vu. Nice to get that interview on the elimination. And right back onto the felt, we have an all-in Doug versus Brant for 3.6 million. Brant in great shape here to survive and double. And he does so with the straight. Doug's starting to bleed some chips now.
I've seen that flop before.
Back down to about 9.5, tied with Austin as you see the totals up at the top. Safi, the game host, gonna get that chair out of here. TM hasn't been involved in any hands, but he is just laddering up nicely. These ICM spots about to get a little bit more serious with each and every elimination. Ace king here for Doug, blind on blind action. JWin defends the 5-3. Not a flop for him, Doug.
7 players remain. 7th place pays 29,800.
Yeah, the pace picking up. These boys are not tanking. Pace of play is quick.
Set the trap there.
And we're 30 minutes away from a break.
I was hoping to get a little pre-flop action.
I think I end up flatting a lot of my raising range there.
Flatting up.
Off the flat from the base.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Like, I'm just calling a lot there, is what I'm saying.
On the flop?
Sorry, I'm just checking back, that's what I meant.
Oh, pre-flop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fold.
Fold.
Going to hand number 25. We have had 2 eliminations so far. Vu and Jason.
Terry, tired of getting picked on. Doug's been opening almost every opportunity he gets. A suited king with already 500K out there in the middle. Does he want to put out another 250 to see if he connects? He's going to put all of it. Doesn't really have enough fold equity. Doug, only another $1 million to call with 2 paint cards. He's in there. And TM in the lead with the king high. He'll be delighted to see that, but you see the equities.
Nice
anybody's ball game.
Got the value.
TM up out of his seat. A non-believer as the jack in the window. All hearts as well. Doug with the only heart. TM walking away. But there's the 3 of diamonds. Come on back, sir. Vaults to the lead, fades the heart, and doubles up to 3.5.
Nice time.
The seesaw of emotions in that hand. TM still our short stack at 3.5, but Brant at 3.6 and Elvin at 3.7. All 3 of those players will be looking at one another, hoping that they get eliminated.
That was a monster flop.
Wasn't a big fan of the turn.
24K difference between
The summary of this
being out in
final
5th or
table could be
7th.
really good. There was a lot of cool hands.
So far, yeah.
For the first time today, too, we got a new chip leader.
Easy to digest hands.
Austin in the 3 seat, who's mainly letting Doug do the heavy lifting. Kind of handcuffed with having Doug on your left. You know he's going to be so aggressive, but it hasn't been going Doug's way as of late. And Austin's fine with just sitting back and collecting more and more money. Ace-queen off for JWin. Same hand for Doug. Did he send those cards into the muck or what? Out-pipped and crushed by JWin. Calculating his 3-betting size. JWin the one definitely taking the most time in between decisions, but you can't blame him.
Come on.
And he's going to stuff it all.
52-25, I believe.
A very strong jam.
Oh, same hand again.
Ooh, combination.
Gets
same
it through.
suits.
My name is Skull Mike, and I run the games here at the Lodge. If you want to play on stream, we mainly stream cash. 5-10, match the stack, some uncapped games, PLO, low stakes. Hit me up on the socials at Skull Mike Poker or email me directly, skullmike@thelodgepokerclub.com. We want to see you here
that one.
playing under the lights.
You're welcome, man. I just wanted to keep your spirits up, you know.
It's tough, you know, if you like go 3 orbits and don't win a hand, you just bleed it. Like that stuff helps. Fold. Austin, you from Texas?
Yeah.
Cool. What city?
San Antonio?
Oh, down the street.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Texas Hill Country, but
Okay, yeah.
San Antonio.
What's that, like north? San Antonio Metroplex? That's not too far. That's like in between Austin and San Antonio, right?
It's like New Braunfels is, but I'm not from New Braunfels.
Yeah. Where are you originally from?
It's a small town called Bernie,
Cool.
or even Fair Oaks.
Yeah, got it. I think we're all local here. That's pretty cool. All right. Urban, you're from? Okay, all locals. Good. Yeah. We have a saying, you know, keep the money home. But San Antonio is pretty much in the same area.
There's just
a
one
lot.
flight. There's 9 of us.
Yeah.
How many players there, right? Is what you mean?
Total that made today too.
Oh,
Nine,
It was
I
a
think.
lot. I mean,
9. That was only
at our
9.
table alone, there was several. Yeah. Or you don't want somebody from California or Vegas.
Yeah.
Or last year was New York or Boston, whatever.
Yeah, I don't
Sucks to
play
take hundreds of thousands out.
Houston then, right? Because of that PLO.
I'm sure they
had going
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Hold'em, I mean, they don't necessarily overlap, but I imagine a lot of Houston showed up, as they usually do.
Nice to see Texas showing out strong for this event. But registration open for anybody who wants to come on down and put up to 1,200 and battle. JWin starting up the conversation. Doesn't look like Brant wants to talk to anybody. Austin's about his business, and he looks down at pocket kings. Blind on blind action. Brant's not seeing a flop for 250. Likely not seeing a flop at all into the muck. Let us know in chat, who are you rooting for? Who are you here to support? I don't want to see too many Doug Polks.
150.
Let's be honest, the man's got enough dough.
150, 250?
But if you're here for him, that's cool too. We'll allow it.
Didn't know what to do there, Ed King.
Tyler rooting for TM.
Oh, JWin with the bullets. I think the 4th time we've seen bullets today.
So many bullets under the gun. Opens.
My initial thought was just to check.
TM, Jack 10 suited. A very attractive hand, but you got to respect JWin's open from under the gun. You just work so hard to get to this 3.4 million, so he's going to lay it down and pick another spot. A good fold from him. Rahul with an ace. Ace-9. I'd also want to pick another spot and does. Lays it down. Easy decision here for Brant. Austin. What does Doug have in the big blind with all the chips? 4 high. JWin will take it down.
Folks, we are just about 20 minutes away from a break. It's going to be just a short 10-minute break, but you're going to want to stick around because we're going to talk to some cool people on the break.
Tell us at least one.
The pride of Ukraine. We're going to talk to Anastasiia, and we're going to talk to Final Table Kev to get
my mom's birthday.
a little background on some of the great dealers we have here at the lodge.
Yeah. I also won a huge pot in Vegas with that hand, and ever since then, I was like, I have to play this hand.
It's a powerhouse.
Oh, shit. How the hell?
Crypto Max rooting for JWin, of course.
Austin with some suited Broadway cards.
Yeah, he's now the chip leader by a wide margin. So the seesaw shifts from Doug pushing the action now to Austin being in the driver's seat.
Card.
Austin from the San Antonio area, small business owner, $616,000 in lifetime earnings.
Not a great hand.
I had a jack too.
I doubt we'll ever see another pot of that size with the Ravi.
Austin with 44 big blinds. Short stack at the table is Brant with 11 big blinds.
I wonder what she's doing these days.
I think she's still playing a lot of poker.
That was wild when she came here for that week.
Yeah, she's active on Twitter.
That was crazy.
I think she plays more tournaments. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I love the way JWin says tournaments.
But yeah, I think
It's the Bronx
still
in him.
fairly active on poker.
Brant picking his
She's doing
moment.
some reality TV.
Late position, some paint
I
cards.
kind of remember hearing something about
Can he get through the blinds? JWin will be folding the king deuce. What about our boy Elvin? What do you got, Elvin?
Fold.
Jack high.
In the big blind.
Don't really want to be calling off your chips there with Jack high. He gets it through, Brant.
I don't know if they're filming or if that ever got red lighted or green lighted, whatever.
It's like a fear factor type of thing.
Is that what it is? Do you know if it was like, are they filming or?
Yeah.
Rick, did you put this in your calendar, the LCS main event, the next big tournament up ahead?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Late February, early March 2025, our flagship event, the LCS, coming back. Check out the lodgepokerclub.com website to find out which of the tournaments look best for you, including that $2 million main event. It's a $3,000 buy-in.
Our boy Mikey walked away with 428 earlier this year. He'll be coming back to defend his title. Will you be there to take him down is the question, chat. Rahul, suited ace. Austin. Pocket eights. Decides on call. JWin doesn't even blink with the Jack 10. He's out of there.
Austin came to today's final table with 6.1 million chips.
He's had a good level.
He has.
Terry doesn't want to defend the king 3 off. He's going to let Rahul and Austin tango. The best flop for Rahul up against the chip leader. No diamonds. Does he want to try and represent a queen or a jack? He does not. Treads lightly. Check or a small bet seems fine from Austin. Something maybe like third pot or even a little bit less. This is not really what Rahul was looking for. So kind of just got to let Austin, the chip leader, have it. He lays it down. Austin now at 12.1. And he's one of the more aggressive players at the table. Prefers the 4-card game. He plays a lot of 10K PLO events, I believe. So he's going to kind of take every spot that comes in front of him.
Approaching 6,000 people watching right now. From all over the world, we appreciate it. And here comes the raise from TM in the small blind, and he's going to take it down. TM being very patient today, and there is the beautiful trophy. That's what first place will take home. That thing weighs about 43 pounds. Don't drop it on your toe. Beautiful trophy.
Yeah, you're not going to have a toe if you drop that on your toe. It's gone.
What's going on in Vegas? No, I don't really play tournaments. I'm more of a 4-card guy.
Sevens for Doug. JWin quickly folds the king queen off.
TM with the Gretzky.
Good spot to jam it. Doesn't waste much time. Quickly ships it in.
Very quietly. All in.
Even
I need to count on that.
lower than that.
All in.
Very close here.
Very close indeed. Doug usually randomizes these spots. Part of the time he'll call, part of the time he'll fold here. Let's see what he falls on. And if he finds the call, what a great spot it would be for Terry.
3.4.
Be for more than half of Doug's chips.
Right.
Actually, he makes the call. 7.4 million chips in the pot.
Huge pot. Terry, who was out the door about an orbit and a half ago, now in great shape to be a true contender. Can he hold? No clubs for Doug. He's going to need a 7. And a 7 only.
7 from heaven does not come. And TM is going to win a big one. Sit back down there, TM. The quiet assassin.
You see now, you can tell, you can sense that he's starting to feel it. Wasn't really a true believer. Now you win 1 all-in, 2 all-ins. You're starting to believe that maybe it's my time.
And Doug, who started off hot today. Doug was the chip leader coming in today with 9 million chips. Got it up over 13 million chips. And still has a lot of chips, 3.4 million.
It's not too many chips.
It's enough.
Blinds are not going down anytime soon. They're only going up at 250 currently.
All in.
Uh-oh. Okay. Doug with the jacks.
Didn't exactly go as I was hoping there from the chip lead, but that's the thing about tournaments. Sometimes it doesn't always go according to plan.
Who's Doug talking to? Himself?
Oh,
I think
good. First go.
anybody who'll listen right now, Doug is going to win this one. Jiggities prevail.
Doug, what was your first tournament in Las Vegas in the World Series?
First tournament
What's your first tournament that you played down there?
that I ever played? I played the main when I was like 21.
Oh, is that your first one
That was the first one, yeah.
over there?
Yeah.
Did you start up like playing tournaments or cash?
I haven't really played that many tournaments. I played, like, I would say 95% of my lifetime play has been cash. Very, 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 very little tournaments.
TM, very talkative.
He wants to learn a thing or two from Doug.
For the few that you play,
I've done well in tournaments.
you've done.
This is nice. When you lose a bunch of pots, people are nice to you.
I was just going to say that.
At some point, the pity starts to kick in, you know?
Queens all in from Brant.
Conversation mode.
Ace
poor
king from
bastard.
Austin.
My goodness.
We're going to have a flip here for another elimination. A quick rejam.
TM doesn't say a word. Beast unified. He goes, so, when have you started playing tournaments?
That's all good.
Classic flip.
It's the classic.
There's the king. Brant is in trouble for his tournament life, looking for a queen. Does not come. And Brant from Dallas is going to finish in 7th place.
That's awesome.
Thanks, bud.
Huge thank you to Ann Flynn for that super chat and Budget Chicken for the super chats. We really appreciate it.
It's always a sweat. Base king. 250.
Good time to sun run.
It's a
Final tables are a good time. They're a good time for sure.
good time to get that activated.
Ace queen out of the hijack, 575 to go. Austin with all the chips, suited connector on the button. Does he want to put TM through the ringer? Maybe just flat to 575 and see it flop? Or just lay it down. All options were in play there. A little bit surprised to see Austin lay that one down, honestly. But going to show some respect to TM. Also doesn't want to have to flat and then have Doug jam on him like he's doing here.
Doug all in for his 3.6 million.
How much is that?
3.6.
Terry won't be folding for 3 million. Could this be the end of Doug Polk? 37 hands into the show. And that first scorching hot orbit. Will it all be for nothing?
What was your first tournament in Vegas?
I
got him. Nice.
I might be knit rolling you. Just give me a second here.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
That's not what Doug wanted to hear. You see Terry look at Doug right when he says that to try and get a read. It's pretty hard to scare Doug, but this 3 million's going in. Doug's gonna need to connect with the king or some runners.
Yeah, I don't think I could fold this hand.
makes the call. Cards on their back, 7.7 in the middle.
This is for Doug's tournament life, and TM at one-man wrecking crew for Doug. There's a king right in the window.
Yeah.
TM never believes. Until now.
Oh, my God.
No diamonds for Doug, and Doug
Good game, guys.
is eliminated.
GG. GG. Good game. GG.
And we're going to try to get a word with Doug.
Wait a second now.
Fist pumps all around. You know Doug will be back. We also have our JWin and A10 heads-up battle, which Doug will be commentating coming up in a couple weeks. We take a look at the payouts. He's guaranteed 40 Gs. Next payout up ahead, 53.5. And these payouts are getting serious.
Yeah, of course. You want blue?
Wow,
Yeah, blue's
what
fine.
a day for Doug. Uh-oh. Let's
go
talk
down.
to him.
Yeah, let's go down to Rick and Doug right now for
Here
a
with
chat.
Doug Polk. Doug, you started off hot. You had a big hand against JWin to start the day where you took half of his chip stack where you turned a flush. Talk about your experience today and overall this whole tournament where you ran pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I ran super hot this tournament. Obviously, when there's 836 people, you're going to run hot to get to the final table, so that's not too much of a news flash. But, you know, things started off pretty good today, and then we just had a lot of hands. I feel like I just kind of had to open and fold and whatnot, so chip down. And then, you know what, like, especially when the blinds get big, you lose 3 all-ins and you're pretty much toast, or 3 or 4, or however many all-ins I lost there at the end.
Right.
So I think I played good. You know, I played my game. The way that I play is I'm always trying to win. I'm always playing for first. I try to play a lot of hands, make moves, go after some pots. And when you play that style, you got to be willing to take your lumps when things go badly, because just in one instance, it can turn the other way. But the thing is, if you want to play tournaments the best you can, you have to lock in and head over to upswingpoker.com for the 25% off Black Friday. Rick, did you know all courses on Upswing, 25% off all week long to celebrate Black Friday?
It's the biggest sale of the year for Upswing.
It is. It's the biggest and only, do we do any others? I don't know, but I think one of our only sales. So if you want to learn how to play poker and hopefully not get 7th place like me, head on down to upswingpoker.com and learn from actual tournament professionals that know what they're doing.
Great job, Doug.
Thanks. See you guys.
And that's it.
Doug always bringing it home. He sold himself a little short. He didn't finish in 7th. He finished in 6th.
I doesn't even know what place he finishes in.
I would hate if he stopped playing tournaments.
Why would he stop?
Because he just
Oh,
said he
because
might stop playing.
Yeah, I'm sure enough people talk him out of it.
That's so
It's always
stupid.
like the outspoken minority. You know what I mean? You want to be careful of not like putting too much weight. Like I told him he shouldn't be bothered by stuff like that. Even though I think it's natural.
You know the table's happy to see him go, though, Rick. Down to 5. TM now north of 11 million in chips. Came into the final table with just under 3 and 2.9. Has laddered up nicely. He plays cash game streams and tournaments here at the lodge regularly, so you know he's comfortable in the studio. Same with JWin. But they're all looking north and up to Austin, who's going to be pushing around those chips frequently as well. So it should be a great finish as we approach our first break here very shortly. Pair here for both players. Austin with some showdown value the way this played with his 7. But he's going to reach for chips and try and get TM off of the king. Don't think this will work. Nice pot control by TM. Doesn't really want to be tangoing with the chip leader, but he can't fold top pair. He quickly makes the call, and we have a new chip leader. We're looking right at him.
TM, what an orbit. Basically knocked Doug out in 2 hands in this orbit. And now he's got 15 million chips of the, I believe there's 41 million chips in plays with 5 remaining. And Skull, with Doug gone from the table, it's like the rest of the guys
watching him play a little bit
say,
yesterday
hey,
on the stream.
probably the best player on the table just left.
He's sharp, yeah.
I can win this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Doug won't consider himself, the best tournament player at the table. He definitely believes in his abilities, but he still carries around that fear factor. And like you mentioned in that interview with him, he's always going to apply max pressure and go for first place. Doesn't really care too much about the ladders. He's going to put you in the blender because he knows it matters so much more to you than it does to him. And that's powerful and scary at the same time. So they're definitely happy to see him gone, as this is the last hand before break. We're going to be having an interview with some of our staff here shortly, and then a short 10-minute break, and we'll be coming back for the finish. But Rahul with the sixes, and he rips it right here. This is for roughly about half of Austin's stack.
That's a lot.
He wants a count. It's just queen high, so fireworks before break, perhaps. Austin's got the most gamble in him compared to the rest of the players at the table. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, it's too much.
It is too much. So he's going to lay it down. It's too much indeed.
Not sure if I'm supposed to defend or rip it in there.
I like the shove.
So we're going to be on a break. Before we get to the interviews, let's hear from our stream sponsor, ClubWPT Gold.
Introducing the ClubWPT Gold 5 million free roll passport. Just look at it. This is your ticket to the most anticipated poker tournament of the year. Only 2,000 exist. Not 2001, not 2002, only 2,000. And today, I'm giving away 5. Simply sign up at ClubWPTGold.com and use promo code LODGE and you're in. Wow, 5 million free roll.
ClubWPT Gold is giving away $5 million in the historic free roll tournament, December 13th in Vegas. Entry is free, but requires a golden passport. Only 2,000 will be given out. For your chance to win a golden passport, sign up at ClubWPTGold.com and use code LODGE, as the Lodge is giving away 5 golden passports each week. We're 7 minutes away from players getting back. I think we're going to have an interview here with Anastasiia and Final Table Kev to get to know them a little bit more. Here in a minute, we're going to get them mic'd out. Five players remain. Appreciate all the people watching today. You're watching the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series. This was a $1,200 buy-in, 836 entries, $1 million prize pool. First place, $195,700. So everybody remaining has locked up $53,500, and for many left, this will be the biggest score they've ever had. I know TM, his biggest was, I believe, 42,000. So he's already in historic results range, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. I see Mixin Poker and Crypto Max in chat. Mixin Poker and JWin, who's playing on this final table, are involved in the Brawl at the Mahal. They're each playing 200 hours of 1-2 cash here at the Lodge, and the winner after 200 hours of play wins the Brawl at the Mahal, and that's between JWin and Mixin. We're just a little over 5 minutes away from and here we go. Let's
Slick Rick here in a little fireside chat as we take a little 10-minute break for the players before they get back. We thought we'd bring some personality to the dealers. And we're going to talk with our 2 dealers today, Anastasiia and Final Table Kev. Anastasiia,
Yes.
we were talking earlier pre-stream. You're coming up on your 3rd anniversary here at the Lodge.
Yes, on March we're gonna hit 3 years since I'm here.
And how long have you been a dealer?
A little over 5 years, so it would be 6 years total.
6 years, and
Not that long, I think.
yeah.
Elvin, how long you been a dealer?
21 years.
Wow.
Final table, Kev, always a staple on our biggest stages that we have here at the Lodge. You've been a dealer for 21 years, and you always have a great attitude. You don't. You seem to bring it strong every show.
Of course. I mean, I learned it from way many years ago from a good manager that I had, John Wood, back in Western New York. He taught me a lot. You know, he was my manager, and I worked with him for like 8 years, and he taught me a lot. And I learned a lot from many other managers, you know, what to do, what not to do. You know, I learned a lot from a guy in Maryland, Chris Angelo, Gary Hager, who is now in Vegas, worked with him in Boston. My TD, Derek, he's a great guy. He's in Vegas now. And then, of course, Anthony and Joe. I worked with Joe 10 years now.
And Kevin recently married and a kid on the way, and congratulations on that. Anastasiia, you deal all over the world. You deal at some private games and other places all over the world. Lodge is a special place. So what do you love about the Lodge and the membership here?
What I like about the Lodge, it's definitely the player pool that we have. I feel like Austin poker scene is very like a family to me. You know, when I walk into the Lodge, everybody knows you, everybody recognizes you from the Lodge, from the stream. I'm sure Kevin, same way. And definitely just the atmosphere that we're providing here. Great commentators, pretty much all the dealers like very friendly, which is, we have dealers probably from all the states, I'm assuming. And and management. Yeah. It's definitely worth working with environment when you have really good people behind the Lodge.
So Kevin, a lot of people in chat always want to know, you've got the headset on, you're talking, who are you communicating with the headset?
So I'm communicating with production. I'm calling all the actions. I'm calling actions from seat 1 to seat 8, whether they check, bet, fold, how much they're betting, just so that all our numbers are as accurate as possible, so that there's no errors that you see on your end a half hour after I speak it into existence, because we are on that delay.
Anastasiia, over the years that you've been dealing, is there one hand that sticks out to you that is most memorable for you?
Yes, indeed. I believe it was one of the first streams that we have in a new studio when Brad Owen went all in with 7 deuce off. Oh. I thought that was pretty fun.
That is a pretty memorable one. Folks, we just wanted to give you a little insight to 2 of our great dealers here at the Lodge, Anastasiia, the pride of Ukraine, and Final Table Kev. We'll be back just in a few short minutes.
So 2 great dealers, and we are on a short break, 2 minutes before players are back. We have 5 players remaining, and it has been a fun one so far. Slick Rick and Skull Mike. Skull, your thoughts so far? I thought the way Doug started, it looked like he was going to just run away with this thing.
Yeah, it was a very exciting, what was that, an hour and a half of poker. Extremely up and down for almost every single player. The first hand of the stream, fireworks. Jason was one of the favorites, and then he was gone within 13 hands. Doug was all gas, no brakes, and that, you know, his mentality is he's going for first place. He's not trying to ladder up. He's trying to take it down, and he was trying to take it down quickly. You can't really fault him. He would kind of like must opens with his stack depth and against his opponents. It just didn't go his way. Terry was up and down out of his chair 3 times, thinking his night was over. Now he's chip leader. So just completely unpredictable. And I'm excited to see how this one turns out. We were just getting really started here. We were planning on being here for multiple hours, but you never know. Now there's only 5 remaining. We're taking a look at these pay jumps. ICM's going to come into play. And it's anybody's game.
Absolutely. You're watching the main event. And Skull, we are on 4 times a week. Usually our schedule is Wednesday through Saturday, 3 p.m. Central. But, Skull, how do people come play on the stream?
Yeah, always looking for more players. So multiple ways to contact me. I'm always at the club. You can tap me on the shoulder. Let me know you're interested in playing. Always trying to press the stakes, trying to stream as high as possible. But we also take advantage of our members, our loyal 1, 2, 1, 3 members. So there's really a game for everybody. At Skull Mike Poker, if you want to hit me up on the socials, come on down to the lodge and play. 10 seconds left in break. Cards are going to be in the air here momentarily.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody holding on through the break. We will play until we have a winner. And somebody's going to walk out of here with $195,000 and a 45-pound trophy. And hopefully they're local, because that trophy would need an extra seat on Southwest Airlines. If, I guess, $195,000, you could afford a $300 plane ticket for the trophy.
Yeah, it's like the Stanley Cup, you know.
Folks, while we're waiting for the players, let's do a little bit of a roll call. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We'll try to give you a shout-out during the break.
Players getting wanded, walking back to the table. Just saw Rahul there.
So we will have our next break in 2 hours. Who knows? Maybe we'll finish the tournament by then. You never know. Aaron checking in from Indianapolis. How you doing? Aaron Liort's in chat. Liort's, a legend. Robert Samore from San Antonio.
So, Doug.
Kev back in the box. Yeah, Liort's was a member of that massive stream we had over the week. It's been a long week here at the lodge with Doug, Jersey Joe,
God, it seems like so
Bob,
long ago.
Flintstone, Muscle Mike. What a stream that was. Coos. A great work all the way around for our entire team, production, staff, managers, owners. A delight to be a member of the lodge, and what a finish we will have here going into the holidays on the Mayhem main event. Cards are back in the air.
Tyrone checking in from Jamaica.
Does Jamaica have the coolest flag out of all
is
the
pretty
countries? It's got to be top 5. That flag is sweet.
Great bobsled team.
Yeah, of course.
Excuse me. I fold.
Blinds, 150,000, 300,000, 300,000, and we never lower the blinds or antes. We used to cut them in half when we reached 4 players. Don't do that anymore.
7 raises to 600,000.
Terry hasn't cooled off during break. And this is a spot where, you know, it might look like Terry has all the chips now, so he's opening the button light, but he actually has the real one. Let's hope Rahul doesn't lose his mind. But he's not really buying what Terry is selling.
Wow.
He's putting in the raise at the wrong time, unfortunately for him.
Wow.
Tense for Austin.
Austin with the tanks. He's going to go all in. And a new chip on the table. Those candy cane chips are 100,000. I'm sorry, on 1 million.
This is an insane spot here for Terry as the chip leader. With all these short stacks, and these pay jumps do matter for TM. 3-bet out of the small blind. Jam from Austin, the only player even close to Terry's stack for 11.2. Not sure what TM's going to do. Not necessarily a snap. If he lays it down, what a pickup this could be for Austin.
12 to 25, right?
He gets the count. We are here pre-flop.
11 to 25.
First hand after break. What is going on with these first hands today?
11 to 25. Thank you.
You see Terry looking around the rest of the table, looking at the chip stacks. He looked at the monitor. He's considering the pay jumps. Does he want to take this spot right here? He doesn't really need to. He would prefer to take this spot after maybe a couple more eliminations and guarantee himself 20, 30, 40, perhaps $50,000. But it's big slick, and we're 5-handed. What are you doing, chat? Are you making this call? Are you laying it down? I want to hear all the chat pros as
for about 70% of his chip stack.
Got PLO Alex in chat. How we doing, Alex? Good to see you in chat.
Stone Cold Alex, winner of the largest pot ever.
Ruth Hall says, find the fold. One for a call, two for the fold. Let's get it started. Jim Bonix with the dose. A lot of folds. Andrew Moss says, definitely not folding. So we're split. But the action is for only one man. Lays it down.
Fold, good fold.
Quick fold there from Rahul.
Listen.
You fold a pair? I'm gonna see it. I'm just gonna go ask my friends in 20 minutes.
Not a pair. No.
Not a pair?
Not a pair.
I'm sure you guys noticed, but the
I had
Hurricanes are worth
the best non-pair.
1 million each.
Noted. Oh, that's a long tank for no pair.
Ace King.
Yeah.
TM tells him.
Didn't want to tell him initially.
With the 3-bet, probably.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's
In the
that
I
was,
king in my hand.
you did,
Yeah.
yeah. That was.
That was a sick hand.
Sick hand. Lee Orch, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it, buddy.
Sick hand.
And you know, if this doesn't go TM's way today, that hand's going to keep him up for a number of nights.
That's what it felt.
Thinking about if I make that call, I take that spot, I eliminate Austin, and I run away with this thing.
He would have 25 million chips if he makes that call and wins.
Then again, he calls there and loses that pot, and perhaps he's one of the next players eliminated.
Sorry.
That doesn't sound too good either.
Thank you.
But you got to think, if you're TM, if you lose that pot, you make that call, maybe you can outplay Elvin, Rahul, and JWin at similar stack depths. Believe in yourself there, but he didn't want to take that spot. He wanted to preserve that 14.5 million chip stack and let these other players get eliminated first. Elvin at 2.4, Rahul at 4.4, JWin at 5.1. So that was the determining factor in that laydown.
Elvin just praying for a call there to try to ladder up.
Absolutely.
Elvin with just 6 big blinds.
He's going to have to play for all of it. And he makes that call. JWin with ace-6. Disappointed to see that he is not flipping, not live. Elvin in great shapes with the Mario Lemieux 66. Cards on their back.
Thank you.
For Elvin's tournament life.
Paired board would have been nice.
JWin looking for some hearts, maybe? An ace? Now just an ace. Doesn't come. Elvin with the much-needed double up. Now he's about 15 big blinds.
2,150,000.
JWin now, the short stack, and in the danger zone. Like the jam there, of course, from JWin with the ace to apply max pressure to Elvin, but he just woke up with a pair, snap call.
JWin now the short stack at the table with 10 big blinds.
All players have locked up $53.5 thousand.
The cool thing about being a small stack, you can play freely.
You can.
Watch out, guys. I'm coming.
How much do you
I think, I want to say 29.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. A haircut at 3.
10 bigs.
Yeah.
All in?
All in from Rahul with Broadway cards. JWin on the button. Oh, Elvin aces for the 5th time today.
I'm all in as well.
And they have about the same stack depth. So Rahul running into it. This is going to be for his tournament life. Could be the next one eliminated.
Elvin, what are 2 hands?
The other two, jeez.
Actually misread the situation.
From the short stack to potentially 9.4 million. Unless Rahul can hit a miracle here on this run out. No paint, little life. Needs some runners.
Got a chance for a chop. Doesn't come. And we think Elvin had him covered, but they're going to do the count.
It's close.
Fucking Elvin.
JWin happy because he just laddered up.
Well, Elvin had 6 big blinds 2 hands ago.
Missed the potential hand I could have.
Final table Kev counting it out, and it is, in fact, Rahul is eliminated in 5th place, and we're down to our final 4.
Hey, yeah, GG.
And Elvin, look at Elvin. Elvin, you don't need to be wanted after you come out of the studio.
That's Rahul.
Rahul.
He's flustered. He's flustered. He was thinking about 200K. He doesn't know where he's at. As we open up the doors for potentially a little rail.
You guys got good table chemistry, like it.
Yeah, yeah.
The boys from San Antonio are rooting on Austin, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's good to like.
Who's the guy who brought the chair with him? Put the chair back.
I mean, he's got a cool sweatshirt at least. Money bags.
You brought the 11s out, Ryan?
7 in the 3, actions in the 5.
Wow.
More Asian look for you.
What? Oh man, when the Asians don't even root for the Asian.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
4th place.
Where's my wife?
71,500. JWin just thrilled. He just laddered up 18,000.
And he's all in.
Come on, guys, I'm all in. Jesus.
They're not rooting for you,
You need to
Jay.
get some support around here.
Cinnabon out there in the main room. Bones out there grinding the 1-3 streets. TM with an ace 7 off. Just not quite enough.
Yeah, let's do it.
Austin with pocket 8s.
Yeah, you call.
Makes the call.
Just hold one time.
Oh my God, that's
8.
eights. You had 9? 5 8s, bud.
JWin delighted to see those 8s. Didn't even say a peep, and he's sweating this run out.
I'm jamming everything there. Double Broadway, yeah. 6s, 2s.
Need to fade the 8-ball. JWin will
Kevin,
double up
can you tell
here.
Production to call my friends over. We're all playing. Thank you. They don't know that they can sweat.
JWin wants a rail.
Yeah, he wants a rail.
1 rail ordered.
Should I go out there? I could see.
Can you?
I got to keep it
I'm sure there's
neutral.
like 6 or 7 people.
Can you
there
get that on
are here.
DoorDash? Can
Fake
I order a rail, please?
Yeah.
God, you had to love to see those.
Safi, the chairmanator.
I'm
Get
not
the
beating
chair
you,
out of
man.
here.
I'm just getting lucky.
I know, but you had to love to see him when I gave you the sweat first because I didn't look.
Yeah. Okay.
Greg Potter getting some camera time.
Oh.
Speaking of
you know
Potter,
all my usual stream friends. And you just like
Into the Fold podcast on where you find your podcasts.
Yeah, if you could just take
Or if you want
walk
to
in. Anybody who
see the video versions, you can become a member of the live stream and see some perks. Into the Fold with Greg Potter. The intro to that is pretty dramatic. It's like very introspective.
And then Safi could also get a Topa.
JWin ordering drinks, ordering a rail. He's here to stay.
Yeah, JWin is gassed up right now. You see how much this matters to him. He's starting to zone in, lock in. He's got the most experience out of any of these 4 players in the studio, so he's definitely the most comfortable.
Is Terry good to sit there? Just use the 8.
But he is the shortest stack, and he has some work to do sitting on 6.4, but he's healthy. Everybody healthy and can start to play a little bit more freely. As the clock now back starting, 46 minutes remaining. Level 16, and we are on a, what, a $23,000 pay jump.
We've been playing for about 30 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes. We will be here until we finish.
Six-fold. Eight raises makes it 675. 1 point.
Call.
Free call. That's it.
Little mystery hand with TM. Oh, there it is. TM rescans his card, has Jack 10 suited. Heads up. 2 guys that know each other quite well, and there's trips for JWin. Gut shot possibilities for TM.
That's 350.
You see the hand where I called 4-bet shoved yet, or no? You see the hand where I called Ford all in? You haven't seen it?
Free calls. Three checks. Eight bets, 800,000.
Terry takes his stab. We know that that's not going to work.
Free call.
Nobody with any clubs. And a pretty sour run out that likely will go check as TM now has some showdown value with the aces and jacks. Doesn't have a club.
Ace.
So that's an action killing card. And a nice pot there for JWin, navigated nicely.
Nice one, nice one.
And you see the drain after each hand. You know, JWin exhaling and how much thought goes into each and every decision on the bet sizing. He is on the adrenaline. He's probably tired from all the poker that he plays. He's got his 1-2 challenge going on. He'll play the highest of stakes. Doesn't play too many tournaments, but now he's been playing for 3 days, and we're at the nitty-gritty.
I talked to him pre-stream, and I told him, I said, you look a little tired. He said, Rick, I had a great night's sleep last night. I'm feeling amazing.
He needed that night's sleep, but he's still tired.
One raises to 700,000.
Elvin, blessed by the poker gods today, it seems. The amount of premiums that he's had in 47 hands. Only one can dream about. Austin doesn't have much to work with, but he's raising the button.
He went to Hand on Cheek University instead of Hand on Shoulder.
Yeah, it's a rare breed.
Same conference.
I thought that's more Division II. This getup that he's got on too, the sweatshirt. Can you wear a sweatshirt like
Puma.
that? It's nice. Shuts it down. Take it down, Elvin. It's got the back support. Elvin hasn't been involved in too much conversation. He's just going from about 2 million in chips all the way up to 10.4. That's Tranimal.
And JD.
Oh, we got rail cam here.
Rail cam.
I mean, it's rail cam. Come on, get your head out of the gutter, Rick.
Oh, my God.
This guy hasn't moved his chair once. He's got a front seat courtside at the Lodge Mahal. Saw those going for about 3K on StubHub earlier.
He's in the Nicholson seats.
Yeah, I don't know if you need a special password for Railcam. That might be, you might need to be a really, really exclusive member for that. But nonetheless, here we are. Took us 48 hands and about 400 shows to get to Railcam. Action back on TM.
8 raises, 1.1 million total. 6 folds.
Look at this, Rick. Look at these stacks now. 10 million, 8.2, 10 million, 12.2.
I know that Austin's from San Antonio, but JWin TM from the Austin area. Elvin, don't know. He was a little late. I couldn't talk to him pre-stream. Anybody in chat who's cheering for Elvin, let us know where he's hails from. He's got 113,000 in lifetime earnings. Biggest tournament score prior to today was 36,000. So Elvin.
Elvin is from the Illinois area.
All right.
Getting word. Best live cash, $36,000.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of results up in Las Vegas. Looking on his Hendon, he's got a recording from May 2022 here at the Lodge Championship Series, so this is not his first time.
Heads up, Austin and JWin.
Mainly plays up north.
Austin hits his ace. KS says he grew up in Chicagoland, but we moved to San Antonio 10 years ago. Thank you, KS.
So a local.
Two San Antonio, two Austin.
Who you got, chat? The North or the South?
One checks.
JWin drawing dead.
Three checks. One bets, 1.1 million. Three folds, one wins.
Lodge Card Club in San Antonio, located off of Wurzbach, our newest club. We won't stop with just Austin and San Antonio. Speaking of newest, Odds Bar and Bistro, just days away from opening. It looks good in there. All the tables there, everything's polished.
Days away, huh?
Days away. Located, actually it's attached. It's 14 feet from where I am right now.
Days away is starting to sound like all those smiling faces. Look at all those when nobody's smiling.
Good things come to those who wait.
That's true. DM. He's going to start slowing down his play, taking his time on every decision. We're at that point in the tournament.
One raises. 1.9 million.
Fold.
Three folds.
Nice 3-bet here from Austin. Quickly
Six folds. One win.
gets Elvin to fold. And he shows
his
Austin
rail.
showing the rail. That guy's not watching, Austin. That guy doesn't even know you're playing. Although he's still there. I saw Cinnabon out there. Is there beef forming between Cinnabon and JWin? Doesn't come to support his buddy. JWin was just asking for his support. Where's Crypto Max? Where are the boys? Where's Pierre? Where's Stash? Where's Efan? Just leaving this guy in the trenches taking grenades. JWin. Just gonna let Elvin take it. You thought about calling. I feel like JWin would be pretty happy taking his spots with Elvin blind on blind, but lets him take it down freely.
JWin with about 21.5 big blinds. They short stack at the table. Austin and TM leading the way.
See Mark in chat rooting for JWin. What's up, Mark?
One fold.
Nice to have you back.
Three fold.
Mark and Chips?
Yes.
I saw him the other day here. Good to see him back. Elvin in the small blind.
6 calls.
What is that?
Manipulation, and you did not announce.
Yep. He just put one chip in there, so that's just a call. Whenever you put one chip, unless you say something otherwise, it's a call. And Elvin.
What were you trying to raise it to?
No comments, or
He said it was a call, sir.
just a call, he says. TM trying to get a little piece of information there.
8 checks.
Couple diamonds for Elvin. Gut shot possibilities for TM.
6 bets, 400.
Yeah, and your alarm bells need to start ringing if you're TM. It was clear that Elvin wanted to raise their pre. Not a super premium by any means, but when you connect with the diamonds, you're going to fire again, absolutely. TM with a quick call on a board that should favor the big blind's range. But the queen, a much better card for Elvin. But it's king high versus 6 high, and Elvin not slowing down. Don't think TM could afford to pay off another wager here. We haven't seen too much aggression from Elvin at this FT. Every time we get the showdown, he has it. Hasn't been proven to be getting out of line. So what does TM want to do? He'll think about it, but really only feeling good about one card that comes on the river, and he lays it down.
Once again, the chip values, the big candy cane chips, the oversized red and white chips are 1 million. The purple chips are 500,000. Red chips are 100,000, and the sky blue chips are 25,000. There are 4 different chip denominations in play right now.
Be a shame if you guys folded real fast.
Six fold. Eight call. One raises to 1 million. Calls. Heads up. Eight checks. 1 bet, 700.
Both players with a pair of 4s. Open-ender for TM, though.
Eight checks. 1 check.
So the ace is going to play here.
That's 800.
A quick call from Austin.
Got a pair of 4s.
A quick call from Austin.
Yeah, it was a small size. What was that, 800K there on the river? So Austin had his mind made up. And that pot separates himself once again. He was at 15 million a couple orbits to go, but now at 52 bigs.
JWin 22 big blinds is the short stack at the table, TM. Elvin was down to 6 big blinds about an hour ago.
TM's been short, JWin's been short, and all these players just have survived and have given themselves an opportunity at $195,000, which would be awarded to first place.
Everybody locked up 71,500.
I get this feeling, Rick, like we're going to be four-handed for a little while.
Could happen.
Raise to 625. 625. 8 fold. 1 fold.
JWin with an ace. Four-handed. Does he want to put in a 3-bet? Does he want to defend? Looks to be just leaning on call there with the forward motion. Needs to navigate delicately out of position. He's got the best hand. No longer. That's the 10 of diamonds, a welcoming sight for Elvin. Top pair. We just saw him bet $1 million into 1.7 a few hands ago. What will be the sizing and decision here? $800?
800.
Elvin will take down that one, and we will move to hand number 55. We're going to invite back Bones, who helped us out yesterday. Bones will help us out as Skull Mike and I will take a little break every now and then. Bones, you're back.
I'm back.
A lot of people enjoyed your commentary last night, including myself.
I'm happy to be back. I love doing commentary, and really excited to do this final table. Obviously, you know, Jay's a buddy of mine. TM is longtime regular and a great guy. So looking forward to it. I was watching the stream while I was out in the main room playing.
Austin, big slick. He's been the most aggressive player besides Doug at this final table tonight. And JWin's been the most deliberate. He does not have much wiggle room.
He's definitely shoving or folding here. Probably a bit too loose to shove.
He had a spot in this last hand with ace-4 where he elected just to defend the big blind and had to lay it down.
Okay, gonna go with the call.
Yeah, he's been a little bit more on the timid side, trying to play a little bit more post flop.
So he has the least amount of ICM pressure on him right now, with TM having him covered by 2x and the other by almost.
Yeah. Even said it himself that he can, you know, easier decisions for him. It's his time to make his move. Elvin from the San Antonio area. Already his largest score right now if he's the next one eliminated, but he just keeps binking top pair.
6 checks. One bets. 1,450,000.
I'm gonna go with a really big size here. Jay just getting hidden layers some camera time.
Got a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more of this from Austin, pending a disaster.
This isn't a terribly comfortable spot for Elvin.
No, he doesn't look too comfortable. I mean, he's got top pair, but he's the second largest stack. Doesn't want to be playing humongous pots with 9-8 offsuit. But top pair is top pair, and he's not going to be pushed around. He makes the call, turn card incoming. A card much better for Austin, and a card that drills big slick. Now top pair for the man in the 1 seat. You maybe prefer a little check raise from Elvin there on the flop because there's so many turn cards that you're going to hate, including this ace of clubs, like a small raise, or are you fine with just a call there?
I think call is fine. You really don't want to be playing a massive pot against Austin. Your hand isn't quite good enough to stack off for almost 40 blinds. Austin presumably has a pretty strong range to bet that big into 2 players. So I would, it's very unfortunate, this run out and the situation itself. I don't think a check raise is good though.
So we just need to find the exit ramp right here for 2.8.
Yeah. And what's unfortunate is Austin is just going to bluff this card like 100% of the time when he has king, queen, king, jack, all the broadways.
You got me covered, don't you?
If he has something like king 3 that's now turned to gutter, I would imagine that Austin just bets this card about 100% of the time.
Yeah. She had this same facial expression all day, mouth slightly open. Glasses, the hoodie. Hard man to get a read on. And if you were uncomfortable on the flop with top pair, you're really
miserable
not
is the
loving
word.
this.
Yeah, miserable is the word.
From uncomfortable to miserable.
And knowing that there could be a river bet incoming.
More than likely. And after you take this much time on the turn too, and clearly look uncomfortable, it's extremely hard to continue, and he lays it down. Austin now 18.5, the most chips that we've seen so far today. Those are a little of your chips from the tournament, a little of my chips from the tournament, all in that stack right there, Bones.
They're in there somewhere. What's up, Leo, Ethan, everybody said hi. What's up, guys? Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Chat absolutely popping off, 5,000 plus tuning in all over the world. We appreciate you. You guys are watching live coverage from the Lodge Mahal here in Round Rock, Austin, the $1 million guarantee mayhem main event. Down to 4, playing to 1.
So queen 3 off is pretty close to any 2. So we're kind of getting a feel for that he's just going to be going wild until someone does something about it. You know, with JWin being this short, he's going to be picking up all the dead money.
Happy to have Bones in the booth. Skull Mike here, Slicky Ricardo taking a short break, and then we'll probably have the 3-headed monster until we crown a champion. We've closed the doors there. Rail cam unfortunately turned off. Need to pay extra for that. But we're playing for some big money, and we want to let these 4 gentlemen concentrate fully on the decision at hand.
3 folds.
Mixon was out there lobbying to get the doors back open, and security guards said, nope, I don't care who you are, Mixon. I don't care how many free rolls you've won. Don't care about your main event score. Doors stay closed.
Have you ever played with Austin, Bones?
I have not, but I do know he plays in some circles that I'm.
Boots play with him a decent amount.
Yeah, I think he plays some in San Antonio. I think he comes to Austin and plays a few of the PLO games in town.
Yeah.
Raise to 625.
Elvin is just desperately trying to get a steal or 2 through. And he knows that, you know, opening under the gun is his best shot with Austin in the small blind, so he's not opening into his big blind, and you know he's not defending against Austin's button open.
Also targeting the short stack JWin, and an ace 4 handed, pretty strong.
Yep.
Nice to have an ace 4 handed. cherries and take 30 seconds for every decision now, and we can't blame him. He's one more than capable of making a move, but he's also extremely patient. JWin's not going to be laying down the king 10.
No, this feels like a pretty clear defend. And try to fluff a pair and be all in. I think JWin's going to go put in a session 1-2 after the tournament.
If anybody would, it'd be him. This guy needs to go home and
he loves it, man. He
catch
loves
some
it.
Z's.
He's still got that passion for poker.
It could be the strongest. The flame could be the strongest in the JWin household. Had an outstanding vlog. Had some family things that he needed to take care of, but he quit a job that was paying him some
180,000 a year?
big money, and he rips it. Doesn't defend, sends it in here.
All right.
Elvin wasn't expecting that, but JWin drawing a line in the sand.
4.6.
And we're going to lay this down. Looks to be like Elvin's just leaning fold.
Yeah.
Hasn't mucked it yet.
For 15, that's just a rough spot.
JWin also hasn't shown up at Showdown with marginal hands, but he gets one through there with the king 10. Tired of chipping down. Now sitting on 5.6.
Man, what a crazy start to this final table. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm a little exhausted just watching this. It's only been 58 hands, but hand after hand, and the fireworks that we saw early just really got us off and running today. Monday, live coverage. And we might be here a while, so settle back in, get your second win.
You know, it's just a ton of props to JWin. I mean, that first hand was so brutal. You know, it's so hard to recover from that. When you come into these final tables, you know, you're full of optimism, especially with Jay being second in chips. I was talking to him before the final table started, and he was very excited, going over some strategy, and to just, you know, have just an emotionally devastating hand, losing half your stack. But he's rebounded well. He didn't, you know, get down on himself. So that's a huge part of tournament poker, is that, like, when you take a beat or you're in a rough spot and you don't bust, being able to mentally compose yourself and still play your best, it's a huge skill to have. And, you know, a lot of that comes from experience.
100%. I noted that earlier as well. And things changed quickly. And you got to be aware of your surroundings and adjust accordingly. And play each hand as is a new situation. And here we now are four-handed. He's locked himself up. Tons of money that will go into his cash game bankroll. Austin, big slick. All the chips, price of poker going up.
One raises to 700.
And that goes with the passion, too. The passion and the experience. JWin loves every second of this. Loves the battle, loves to compete. He wants to be the best, and he's got a chance to be our champion. But there's more work to be done, as Austin, the clear favorite right now, running good, playing good, applying pressure to Terry's stack now here in the big blind, King Jack offsuit.
8 calls, that's it. Eight checks.
Side check. To the turn we go.
8 bets, 1 million. One call.
TM with the check mark. Top pair, decent kicker.
Very nice clean and run out for Terry on this flop.
He's going to put $3 million in there.
And then we'll shut it down. Those candy cane chips, $1 million each. The purple chips, 500,000. Red chips, 100,000, and the sky blue are 25,000. 4 chip denominations in play. Yeah, going back to that first hand of the day where Doug flopped a flush. TM had the king of diamonds.
JWin.
I'm sorry, JWin had the king of diamonds for the nut flush draw. Could have been a lot worse. He lost half of his chips, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. The fact that it's a 3-bet pot and the ace and jack of diamonds were on the board, there just aren't that many flushes that Doug could have. So JWin is less worried about that. All the hands that call 3-bets, like king jack of diamonds, queen jack of diamonds, jack 10 of diamonds, all the nut diamonds. So he's basically left with like king queen of diamonds, queen 10 of diamonds, 10-8 of diamonds, 10-7 of diamonds. It's props to JWin for a nice check on the river. I think the check was pretty standard, but he definitely kind of escaped there. There was a lot of ways that Doug could have played that hand that would have led to Jay being all in.
Yeah, and I want to ask you something after this hand. Okay. Austin has the snowman. We'll go to a flop.
One checks.
The 2 players from the San Antonio area. Checks. Heads up.
One bet's 450.
Elvin with bottom pair here. Looking for some help.
One checks. 6 checks.
2 pair.
Goes check, check. And Austin is going to win 2.6 million chip out. So here's the question, JWin making the final table, you have all night and all morning to think about a strategy, what you're going to do, what your plan is, your plan of attack for the day. And then all of a sudden, in hand number 1, you lose half your chips. You have to regroup at that point. And your strategy is out the window now that you thought of all night and all morning.
I wouldn't say that. I think that your strategy for that stack size.
Well, that's what I meant, the stack size.
But coming into this, you know that your stack size is going to fluctuate the entire time. Like, almost nobody is going to come in as chip leader, have, no bumps in the road, and, maintain that the whole way. You come up with a strategy for your chip stack and your seat at the table, right? So he knew I was talking with him before the tournament started, before the final table started, and he didn't know the seat draw yet. So we looked it up and we saw that he was on Doug's immediate left. So he has a strategy for, I'm second in chips, Doug is first in chips. This is kind of how I'm going to approach this with a bunch of 14 big blind stacks and a 9 big blind stack. So he has a strategy based on where they're sitting, what kind of hands he wants to open, what kind of hands he wants to 3-bet. And you have that strategy until something changes. And then you kind of rely on your experience and how you believe that tournament poker works to make adjustments. So if he doubles through Doug right away, so now he has position on Doug and the chip lead. So now instead of waiting for Doug to not open to be aggressive, he can now be aggressive versus Doug's opens. Whereas before he couldn't really 3-bet him as much because Doug has him covered and Doug is way more likely to fight back than the average person. So when he loses half a stack, he now has like 17 or 18 blinds. His motivation now is to outlast the 9 big blind stack and the 14 big blind stack. So he's going to tighten up a bit. He's not going to have some of the 3-bets that he had planned. He's not going to have some of the loose opens that he had planned.
So rather than say the strategy went out the window, it's a revised strategy. And you're constantly doing that through the tournament.
Yeah, and really a good kind of thing to do anytime there's, you know, a massive change in stacks, whether it's someone busts, whether your stack changes. Okay.
Hold on. JWin's all in here. Hold that thought, Bones.
Okay.
Elvin with a pocket pair. Does have Austin behind him.
Yeah, so Elvin is just like, it's so good for Elvin when Austin and JWin are all in that he's just really motivated to fold there, or incentivized. I think this is, yeah, this seems like a bit too much to call here. He just dominated a bunch. He's always shoving ace-jack. He's always shoving ace-queen. He's always shoving king-queen. He's probably shoving king-jack suited. He's not shoving the worst queens and the worst jacks very often.
Austin with a ton of chips, but this would be for about a quarter of his chips.
Yeah, it's not so much the quarter of his chips, it's how they will be redistributed. He definitely doesn't want to double J up. It's not the end of the world because he's still going to have, let's see, he'll still have about 13.5 million. Everybody else will have 7 to 10-ish million, so it's not the end of the world. But he definitely doesn't want the player on his left, who is, you know, a known good high-stakes pro, to have more chips.
Okay. Close.
Players started playing at 2:30 approximately Central Time. It is now 5:30 Central Time. And last night's day 2 ended at 1:45 a.m. They were able to get home and try to get some sleep before getting back here.
Terry's got a real nice hand to defend here.
Heads up. 8 checks. One bet's 450.
Austin's got a nice cut shot here in the backdoor flush draw.
150,000 is called.
Got a pretty good hand to double barrel on a lot of turns. Terry makes 2 pair here.
8 bets, 1.8 million.
It doesn't allow Austin to check back and realize equity. With a hand like king, queen, king, jack, his other gutters. Something like queen 10. Queen 10 is fine if he calls, but Austin's going to float this. Try to take this away on the river.
Deuce of hearts on the river gives TM the check mark.
Let's see if he finds a bluff here. This is, he doesn't have a heart in his hand, which he would prefer. But this is about the worst hand he gets to the river with, if Terry checks. But I don't think Terry will be checking. Really curious to see if Austin pulls the trigger here, if it's checked to him. They're just over pot left. See what size Terry comes with.
4 million.
4 million.
Yeah, there's just no room to jam over here. I think if he'd come with something like 1.5 or 2 million, Austin could give a bit of thought to it, but there's just, I just can't see it.
He's going to lay it down.
Big
TM.
Big hand for TM there.
Starting to chip up. The roller coaster continues.
Okay. Go Eagles. You're a New York Bills, right?
The New York Bills, that's right. The only team that's I like how you said that. Nice.
Weird hand.
What is Elvin's experience? Do we know?
This is Elvin's biggest score. He grew up, used to live in the Illinois area, was playing around the Hammond.
I just checked that.
Not too much cashes on Hendon, about 115 or so. And now lives in San Antonio. So he's the least experienced out of these four gentlemen and has his work cut out for him. But he's battling, and he's got a chance.
I had a big hand there.
Yeah. 1 million. Yeah.
Austin definitely seems to be taking the aggressive routes at every opportunity.
That is clear. Shout out to the rail back there, still committed to the game, even though they can't really see anything through
Can't
those
see a
doors.
damn thing. When I walked by, I couldn't even see him there.
But at least your homies know that you're there.
Yep.
Staring at a glass door. Goes a long way, Bones.
I know it. Nobody loves the live sweat with no cards more than Andrew Tran. The man is just constantly on the rail of, if there's a tournament and he's not in it, he's on the rail.
That's why he's the Tranimal.
Yeah.
Maniac.
The man loves two things, fun and tournament poker.
Doesn't have a girlfriend. Wonders why.
Married to the game.
TM takes it down with the button open, the Queen 9, one of my favorite hands. You see the levels going up on a Monday evening. Level 17. 200, 400, 400. Next hand. Do you call the fives the speed limit, being a Texan? Nobody drives 55 in Texas.
No, and that's...
It's outdated?
It's quite outdated.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick.
Everything old defaults to Slick Rick.
Remember that year where you changed cars like 7 times in 1 year?
Yes, waiting for my Bronco.
You have a BMW, a Honda Pilot, a Bronco with a door that was broken, and a new Bronco, the 4-door Bronco.
Yeah.
Did the Pilot get up to 55?
Honda Pilot actually was a fun car, but just not for me.
Yeah.
The BMW, definitely not for me. It was too low.
Yeah.
Too low to the ground.
Yeah, I have a BMW. It is pretty low.
4 remain. Everyone's locked up 71,500. Winner 195,000.
I thought that was a really interesting spot earlier where TM opened the button, Rahul made a small 3-bet, or actually kind of a big 3-bet from the small blind, and Austin jammed 10s, I believe. TM folded ace-king.
That was one of the hands of the stream so far.
Yeah, I thought it was a really tough spot for TM. Like, you either bust 5th or you're like 90% to win the tournament. We were talking about it, watching it out there in the room, and I don't think anyone was really sure. of what to do. It's obviously a very good hand, but
Kind of depends on the person.
yeah.
Doug has ace king there. He's snapping.
Yes, of course. I mean, Doug doesn't give a shit about finishing 5th. He's trying to win the tournament and make a video out of it.
Yeah. These pay jumps matter for TM.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to pick a better spot, believes in his game, wants these other players to battle with
Yeah.
one another, get eliminated, and take that flip, maybe heads up or 3 ways with
Yeah,
an
for
extra
sure.
50 grand in his pocket.
Absolutely. Can't fault that.
I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I thought about it for a bit, and
Not sure.
yeah. So we were trying to figure out what Austin does with ace queen suited. Does he? I don't think he ever cold calls. Does he make the minimum 4-bet and fold to a jam from the button, get it in versus Rahul? Does he shove ace queen, fold it?
I think Austin's pretty aware of the situation, and he's proven to be the most aggressive one at the table. So I'd have to say yes, he might do that with.
Yeah,
with
so
ace queen.
That's a golf course.
So if he's jamming ace queen,
San
then
Antonio?
No,
you
in
know,
Montana.
there's so many combos of that that I probably just have to get in the ace king.
Missoula.
What was it again?
And Missoula.
In Missoula.
Yeah, really cool.
It's like
Part of the country, honestly.
Yeah.
venue merch is usually not good. That's kind of a dope design, whoever did it.
I like.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that color.
It's like casino wear. I hate it. It's like
Yeah.
generic. It's like they went on Fiverr and paid $10 for a design. But
Game recognizing game right now.
Yeah. $50 hat.
$50 hat.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
fucking they pay for it.
All in here. In the small blind.
Yeah, Jay has.
All right,
big
chat.
blinds
We
or
got a
whatever.
sweat. I thought it's not a good sweat.
Very standard shove there for Austin.
You think if
think I figured,
JWin
lucky
binks this tournament and wins 195,000, his next move is to go to the 1-2 tables here at the lodge?
We were
yeah,
talking
no,
about that under break.
Oh, really?
I think if he gets 3rd or better, he can pay off his
Not
side
yet,
bets
Not yet.
from the
Well,
the
you're
1-2.
timing it. You know? Like, who needs it early when you can just play well?
Pretty cool to see Terry out here playing for these high stakes. He's just loves tournaments, always here, just the nicest guy in the world.
He's put in the work, and he knows what to do in these spots. So now our chip leader, and looks like we're heading towards a showdown with TM versus Austin, unless JWin and Elvin could spin it up here. Only takes one double up. But TM versus Austin would be a pretty exciting duel. JWin, of course, the local favorite. He's probably top 3 all-time on stream appearances under the lights. And he's proving that he could play tournament poker. And not just cash game poker, but Elvin, big slick, small blind, blind on blind.
I can't imagine someone having more stream appearances than Jay.
Efan was up there, Cinnabon up there. But it's close.
See, I'm going to C3 in position here. Not much TM can do here. Oh, wow. Wow, just playing in position, 0 equity raise here. King of Spades gives Elvin some motivation to continue here.
Should have checked.
Wow. Nice play by a TM.
Good.
TM 7. High like a boss.
Got a big one through.
TM now 18 million. The chip leader. 45 big blinds. Elvin and JWin, the shorties at the table. Slick Rick along with Bones and Skull Mike. It's been our pleasure to bring you yesterday's action of day 2 and today, final table of the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series. $1,200 buy-in, 836 entries.
Now TM can start to apply some pressure to Austin.
Give a big shout out to our moderators today. VW Bug, Yoda of Chatsville, and all others who have helped out. 2 dealers today, Final Table Kev and Anastasiia, and of course our amazing production crew. If you think they're doing a great job in production, type in Crew Rocks, let them know how you feel about them. They would appreciate it.
Yeah, just absolute top-notch production staff here. Considering a small raise. See if Jay has anything he can fight back with here. He's got a hand that he can take a flop with. If he calls here, they're going to have just a little more than pot left. I think Jay is trying to decide if Elvin has any raise folds here. Which off of 9.5 bigs aren't too many people that have raise folds.
A call.
All right, we're going to see 3.
Both players whiff on this flop.
What's interesting to note is last hand, Elvin had to bet fold, and he made the comment that he should have checked. Let's see if that's still in his head. This kind of board is pretty good for the range of someone who is in J spot where he's trying to flop pair or a gutter or something where he can continue. Not a whole lot Jay can do here.
Fold.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. He's been kind of blinding down and not had many hands that he can fight back with, which is obviously very frustrating when you're this deep in a tournament and you don't have that many chances when you're four-handed.
Four players. That's all that remain. I think there were 9 total flights in this tournament, including one of those flights was the turbo flight on Sunday morning, yesterday morning, 9:15 a.m. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Elvin was in that turbo flight. Maybe I'm wrong. Which would have meant he started at 9 a.m. yesterday, played till 1:45 this morning, and then came back for the date for the final table.
Pretty interesting spot here for Austin. Real interesting spot for Elvin. Yeah, that's a tough spot. Obviously, he really hopes that TM and Austin play a big pot here, and someone gets all in. Knows he has no fold equity. Yeah, it's a tough spot. With a 3-bet this small, I'd expect TM to continue with a hand that plays as well post-flop as Jack-10 suited. Looks like we have a 23K pay jump here.
There's the fold.
It's a bit surprising, but I get it. Austin and TM are just very incentivized to wait until the other two bust and, play heads up.
JWin 7.5 big blinds. Looking for his spot. He is on the button. Gets a small reprieve of having to put chips in the pot without having to.
Jay just has a very clear shove here.
Pocket pair, puts it all in.
Good luck. Thank you all.
Oh my goodness, Elvin with the ladies.
All in.
And he's all in.
I hope you have 2 overs.
JWin's tournament life.
He has 2 overs, but they're matched.
JWin looking for a magical 5. There's the 5 for JWin.
Can't believe it.
Wow.
And JWin says, I'm not going home, sir.
Lucky chips. Right?
Takes it like a pro.
I specifically wanted your chips.
Doesn't rub it in
Not because
Elvin's
you're lucky,
face.
Because it was convenient to ask with this person. Oh, Anastasiia. I'm telling you, ever since my wife got pregnant, it's been a good year.
Jay with the baby heater.
I think it started like 2 days ago. It's like significantly just running way better than I should be.
What a time for the 5.
I need it most.
Love it.
I faded like 14 ounce first for yesterday for your tournament life.
Yeah, I mean,
when you had kings.
I ran so pure against
I should have folded pre on that hand.
Yeah, once you see the flop though.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I talked to some of my
you
friends.
and one other gentleman are just ran so pure, like just I should never have made it this far.
Elvin now on fumes.
We don't gotta battle every time, man.
3.5 bigs.
As you 3-bet me. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, I had a great. I mean, no, I mean, if someone's like watching, I had a good.
I just
I was
love
letting
when
you know,
TM talks.
We don't have to do it.
It's so rare that
Stressful battling.
you just savor it.
Yeah.
At least I'm to your left today.
Yeah, TM will make you wait 10 minutes, but he'll make 0 mental errors.
You made a good call of King 10 yesterday.
Slight jab on the tanking time.
I was in the
It's with
blender,
love.
bro.
Yeah.
Elvin just had queens and lost with him. Let's see if he can have any luck with kings.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
Never fold here.
Oh my goodness.
Gonna look him up. He's got too much in the pot already.
Yeah, just under 4 big blinds.
Yo, I haven't seen a hand like that yet.
So now it's
I've
1.2.
got an ace king.
Can JWin have some more magic against Elvin?
Just give me a sweat. You know?
Oh my God.
That's a pretty
let's
good
fucking
sweat.
Go. Let him set up, please.
did you say give him a set?
No.
No, now.
I'm joking.
Oh, don't give him a set anymore. You know what to do, Anastasiia.
That's good.
4 outs.
Oh.
There goes the set that I asked for.
And that'll
I think it's 1 point.
Keep Elvin around. King's full.
yeah,
I
Full
got
double
0
up
room
for
to
him.
Full house beats a straight, Ricky.
We're even.
it does.
Not yet, sir. No, it's,
That could have been a nice bump.
When is JWin gonna catch a break? You know.
Okay. Nice flop.
Still there
What else can I
playing.
ask for?
The break that he needed. Still 5 million in chips. Elvin just won't die.
Last couple hands, TM and Austin have just been sitting back, letting the shorties take care of themselves.
We'll give you 80. We'll give you guys 89 each and chop the rest.
JWin takes a look. What? Nobody else says a
Such
word.
bad deal.
That wasn't quite a serious deal, but at least it was the first mention of some type of chop, even though no one took it serious.
I think this is just a show for Jay.
I'm all in.
not this time. Not
Pretty
this
close.
I put that fun hand though. Yeah. Had a queen high hand suited.
Nice smile from Elvin. He's been pretty stoic and serious, but at least he's having fun here. The short stack, he knows his time is coming to make a stand, but he's having a good time. And that's what matters most.
This would be Elvin's
already is his
biggest
score.
His biggest score to date, 36,000. He's guaranteed 71,500. From Chicago by way, now living in San Antonio. Austin runs a small business in San Antonio. Slick Rick, Skull Mike, and Bones now joins us. In the bunker, 2 dealers today. Final table, Kevin, Anastasiia.
What's that?
The prettiest card in the deck.
I saw it.
Ace of Hearts is better, but
You like Ace of Hearts better?
Prettiest card in the deck. Which one is it, Bones?
For me,
Yeah.
Jack of Diamonds.
Did not think you were going with the Jack of Diamonds. I guess I got to go with the Ace of Spades. I mean, boring, but let's be honest.
I don't know. I think actually it might be King of Spades. Trying to think of which I get the most excited about when I sweat it. Ace is boring.
Go with the Queen of Hearts then.
Blinds 200,000, 400,000, 400,000.
Clock is ticking.
All in from Austin. JWin in the big blind. We'll lay it down.
Everyone just kind of waiting for Elvin to make his move. That's why Austin could jam so wide, blind on blind versus JWin, because he knows he's really got to wake up with a big one to make that call. Unless JWin wants to gamble and throw ICM out the door, go for the W.
Jay definitely wants the W. But, you know.
Wants
also
that
the money.
extra money as
Yeah,
well.
Who doesn't? But Jay just like, he cares so much about this stuff. He wants the title. He wants the 54-pound trophy.
DM trying to find a spot to steal some blinds. But he's got to have to worry about Austin right there on his left, who's saying, not in my house.
Wow.
Jams it all. TM's going to make him think about it for a second, but we know this queen high is going into the muck. Power play move from Austin, though. Imagine if Jerry had a hand like queens or Jackson. These guys get it in with Elvin at 1.6. Could you imagine?
Yep.
I don't know what to do. I don't want to 3-bet and it draw and then have y'all play me like you always do.
Oh, cut it out. Nice thing.
Thanks, sir. Well,
Was it 1.1? I didn't say all in, so it's only one.
Austin with the Cowboys. Elvin Ace-10. And this is for Elvin's tournament life.
does he have?
Ace-10.
Elvin needs some help here. Does not come, and that'll do it for Elvin. And he's going to finish in 4th place. And he will walk out of here with 71,500.
Just a great run for Elvin.
All right, guys. I'm in 3rd place. It's the best place to be right now.
JWin just laddered up. Made about $23,000.
How much you got?
$23,000 five.
Let's see.
5.
3, 3.5, 4. Yeah, right at 5. 4, 8.
Because
4,
3rd
8.5.
place gets 94,650.
12 bigs, boys.
Nice little payday.
Austin now the first to cross over the 20 million chip mark.
All right, so you guys want to give me second place money now, or you want me to work for it? Let's see.
I think they want
Not
to
even
work
a
for it.
consideration. I don't realize how lucky I am, Anastasiia.
One of the greatest
Have you
moments
ever
in
had a
Lodge
six-figure
live stream
score?
tournaments poker was
No, I've had a couple
when a
of,
guy,
I think
it was
7
heads
was
up,
my
and a
biggest.
guy actually tried to negotiate for more than first place money, right on stream.
Is that off your bucket list?
It was actually
Don't
quite
need the
calm.
money.
The guy
I
who
want the
he
glory.
told,
Nice.
he looked at him, he
Nice
said,
problem,
"What? You want more than first place money? No, I'll play."
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to play this one out.
They don't understand how to see it. Oh, okay. It won't be this hand, I don't think. It won't be. Ace of clubs would have been good.
We're going to talk with Elvin.
Here with Elvin Simpson, who finished 4th for 71,500. Elvin, this is your biggest score ever.
Yes.
Congratulations. You were down to 6 big blinds at one point. Talk a little bit about your experience today.
Well, it was definitely, you know, how this game goes up and down. So just grinding back and trying to stay focused and patient. So that's how I stuck around for a while and then picked up some big hands to keep me going. So
Originally from Chicago, now in San Antonio.
Correct.
You play down at the Lodge Club down in San Antonio. And what are you going to do with your winnings? Anything fun?
Probably just some traveling, that's all.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Elvin Simpson finishes 4th.
Thank you.
My wife hard vetoed that.
There you
So
go.
we're going with Louis, but we need a backup name. Bro, trust me, I wanted a girl, but I'm not complaining with 2 boys.
It's not easy. Boy, girl.
Yeah, you have the girl last so the brothers can protect her.
JWin has his chips piled in formation.
They're all going in together.
To go in.
They all going together.
Good one?
Yeah. Well, the first card I looked at was an ace.
Oof.
Didn't even really see the signal.
I think I made a tight fold, but lucky chips, please.
Every 3 hands.
Hard pass.
1 million of your chips in play.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This might be it, boys. Just put me out of my misery. Just jam light, you know, make me fold. It's not a...
JWin can't seem to get a card above a 5 lately.
It's a good baccarat hand.
Natural.
His patented helicopter fold. And we will move on to hand number 90. Hand number 89.
That's what we ended on yesterday.
It
Hand
is.
89.
Big shout out to Safi, our game host today. Another great job by Safi.
Sorry.
Austin on the button. Gonna raise it. Here we go. JWin is all in. Don't know his cards yet. Card readers. There we go. Pocket pair for JWin.
Oh.
Hand number 90.
3 million even.
And TM with ace queen.
Really big raise by Austin here on the button. Choosing to go almost 4x.
$3 million 25.
I think he really just wants to call here. He benefits a lot by, you know, basically implied collusion to bust JWin. And his hand is definitely too good to fold. Does not want to be all in and covered by Austin.
All right. So we've got a three-way, and this is for, we would have a side pot if TM and Austin decide they want to bet.
Anastasiia, like we practice.
This is for JWin's tournament life. There's a queen for both Austin and TM.
See if Terry decides. Yeah, Terry's going to put some more chips in here.
Holy fuck.
And Austin will fold.
Big fold there by
And
Austin.
JWin needs a red 9, or else he is done for the day.
On the turn, no problem. They just won the tournament.
Looking for a red 9. Does not come.
Ooh, that was a tease. Yo, it was so fun, man.
And JWin will finish in third. He will walk out of here with 94,650.
It's a nice 1-2 bankroll.
And we are almost dead even in chips. TM with a slight chip lead.
Can you ask them to mute our mics?
And we are down to heads up. Looks like we have 25 minutes remaining until the break. And the players, looks like they are headed to the bathroom. We're not even on break yet. Let's talk to
Slick Rick
JWin.
here with JWin, one of the favorites of the Lodge live stream. JWin, what a day. You came in second in chips, first hand out of the gate. You lost half your stack, but you were able to regroup. Talk about that hand.
Oh yeah, you know, just constantly taking deep breaths, and it's just really unfortunate. Like, you know, Doug shouldn't have too many flushes there. He has some suited connectors, but I'm never putting him on 10-7. I'm just super thankful that my turn bet was small, which allowed me to get off losing the minimum, right? With ace, king, king of diamonds. But yeah, and then after that, you know, just constantly taking a deep breath and just remembering that I always have a shot and just going one by one. So, and also running good doesn't hurt.
Finished in third place.
Yeah.
$94,000. What a great way to start the week.
For sure.
We're thinking back there that your next stop, you're going to go right to the 1-2 tables right now?
I don't know, man. At the 1-3, I can start affording the 1-3 games now, so we'll leave all options open.
JWin, everyone loves you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good
Appreciate
job.
it.
Slick Rick back in the bunker, and we've got some breaking news, or as Doug Polk would say, breaking news. And it looks like TM and Austin had a chance to talk, and they decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and just chop this thing up, and they agreed to an even chop. And we've got in the bunker both Austin and TM. Guys, first of all, congratulations to you both on a hell of a run. 836 entries, each paying $1,200 for the main event. Walk us through, TM, first. What went through the conversation with you and Austin to decide on the even chop?
Well, we decided we're pretty close in chips, and
yeah, basically we just played all day two together. He was to my direct left. We battled really hard. I had a monster stack on day two. He was a tough opponent. I ended up jamming on his big blind with, I think, Queen 10, and he went in the tank for about 2 to 3 minutes and ended up making a good call with King 10, ended up doubling, going into the final somewhat short, and I just felt like it was well-deserved because we both kind of played great for multiple hours together at the same table. Normally don't chop tournaments, but TM's a cool dude, and we just landed on the decision to chop.
Well, it looks like 326,750 was split evenly, and you know, you were both even in chips. TM had a slight lead. I think you had 21 million. Austin maybe 19 million. Austin, you're from the San Antonio area, small business owner. Thoughts on the tournament overall and how you fared?
Just great. Kind of coasted. I played at the Lodge San Antonio, which was the old Rounders, so have a lot of friends at the Lodge San Antonio now that I'm just have been really supportive in my poker playing days, and make the drive to Round Rock every few months and play one of these things, and just happen to get lucky.
Well, great job. Congratulations. TM, I got a question for you. You had a key hand where you folded an ace-king in a key hand. You remember that hand? And talk us through your thought process there.
I do. Yes.
Do you know what I had that hand?
Tens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I thought he did have a big hand. I thought he had a pair, like queens or jacks or something like that in that nature. And I wasn't really invested. I had a 600K out there, and on top of that, I was a chip leader, and so everyone else was short, and they were extremely short. So we just got those chips, and we decided we could pick a different spot instead of just flipping there.
There you go. TM always seems to make the right decision on the table. Guys, congratulations to you both. Folks, it's been our pleasure the last couple days to bring to you the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series 2024, and two great players, chopping for $326,000. They're going to split that evenly and go along the way. And we're going to have TM wants to give one shout out. Go ahead, TM.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my daughter Zaylee, and also my cousin Louis, and of course my partner Bianca. I want to thank them for being very supportive, and let's go.
TM, a man of few words. It's always fun to hear you speak. For all of us here at the Lodge Card Club, get on out there, play some poker. Hopefully it's at one of our two clubs, either in Austin or San Antonio. We'll be back Wednesday for another great live stream. Take care, everybody.